and they'll be forever recorded.
Hopefully all your settings haven't changed like mine did.
Oh, I checked them last night when I streamed.
Oh, I was gonna say, why would you put that out in the air?
I mean,
well, that's
not that
something
they
for me to
couldn't
look
have
into
changed from
tomorrow.
yesterday to today, but no, I was like, I haven't streamed in about a week, so I'm gonna just double check all of my settings before I go live because Windows hates me.
That's something for me to look into tomorrow when I try to stream. I actually have a day off. Yay! Okay, what the hell was I doing?
I don't know.
By the way, hi chat.
And it is entirely possible that you all will hear Astrid's damsel in distress kitten cry because she'll go pick on Dre, and then he will play with her and she will get mad, and so she will start crying like he's actually being mean to her. He's not.
Like, it just registered. What did you name the cat?
Astrid.
Like the little boy that follows Vera around?
Oh, I didn't even think of that. Bashman named her.
Yeah, it's Astrid. I was like, wait, what?
That's
I
funny.
assumed it was named after the character from How to Train Your Dragon.
Oh, that's true too. Yeah. Okay. I was like, oh.
Nerd.
Nerd.
There's people missing on your stream. How come they're not there?
What?
I'm just looking at Foxy's stream.
Because they're not in Video Ninja. That's why they're not there.
You sons of bitches.
We're all here. What are you talking about? We just don't have our cameras on. Struggling to sit still.
Yes, that is the problem.
All right, I'm gonna.
How am I still in ad?
I don't know.
See, I can't handle Red Bull. Red Bull knocks me out.
You've done bad things. All right.
It also tastes like pure unadulterated ass, but
Hold up. Red Bull knocks you out?
However,
Red Bull does the opposite.
I tried a Monster, like orange creamsicle or something. Oh my gosh, it was amazing. It was more delicious than it had any right to be.
I used to have a drink that I used to go get at the club that tasted like orange creamsicles. And the problem is they tasted like orange creamsicles, but they had a lot of alcohol in them. And you would be about 8 in before you realize I should probably stop drinking these. Because you thought you were speaking English, but you weren't.
You'd stand up to walk out and hit the floor. Whoops.
Yeah, something like that.
1, 2, 3, floor.
All right. So it's been a while since we played because I still am having computer issues. So I have one partly built back there and one who is fighting me every day to like break, and I have to keep fixing it because I still need all the stuff off of it. Anyway, so we're on the old one, but that's why I'm not streaming and Foxy is. So welcome in, everyone. I hope you enjoy. Everybody, go ahead and introduce yourselves and remind me what you're playing.
D&D.
I don't know what the order is, so I'm going to go by the Discord. So, Foxy, you're at the top of the Discord, so you go first. Well, no, it's your stream. You go last. We'll skip to Lady M, who is late. Go ahead.
Well, I'm sorry. I had work and had to pick
I don't
want to
hear your excuses.
Anyway. Oh, now I got the peanut gallery. Okay, hi, I'm Lady Magdalene, mainly known as Lady M here on Twitch. I'm a variety streamer, and I play Songbird, the lovable bard that's just been tormented through this whole entire damn thing, and she just wants to finish the mission she has been passed.
Yeah. Go ahead, Loco.
Hello, this is Ras. He is playing Loco. No, Ras is playing the ranger who is... Ras is playing the ranger. Who is that noisy man? Ross is playing the ranger who is the boxy, and whoever told you were lovable?
Oh,
Hmm. Wow. All right. Go ahead, laughing man. Rhino.
cheers.
I'm
You are
Rhino.
my favorite.
Lady
I
M,
play
shush.
Zero. I am our group's monk, and I am the one who doesn't kill people.
No,
Yeah.
you just set him up to be killed. Go ahead, Thorn.
Hello, I am Thorn. I play Elios. Elios is a small little kobold sorcerer. He's looking for his brother, and while he's doing that, he's helping these fine folks that he is now friends with.
Are you really friends, though?
This
Or
is
is
the
it
GM trying to create animosity.
not yet? All right, Foxy, go ahead. Take us home.
All right. I'm Foxy Project here, and on the YouTubes, I play Jinya, who is a high elf cleric who has been banished from her homeland and is trying to figure out what the hell is going on.
Fabulous.
We need
All
like a pass your turn sound effect.
right. Yeah, something like that, or a little phrase. Doo-doo. Next. Anyway, hey Silver, how you doing? So, to remind everybody, a few weeks ago when we last played, the party has basically infiltrated Castle Nearthir, however you pronounce it. Let me go look, make sure I pronounce it correctly.
Wow.
Listen, near Yartar, Anyway, they have.
Somehow it keeps getting worse.
It does. I gotta figure out near Tar. Near Tar. Near Tar sounds good. I like that way. So the party has infiltrated the castle. Everyone thinks that they are initiates or new recruits from other outposts or memberships of this cult. The castle is inhabited by bullywogs, lizard men, humans, and other various races. But it's basically the other various races, and humans are mostly cultists. And then lizard men are pretty much low on the totem pole. They're like the workforce, and the bullywogs are kind of in the middle enforcers for the humans. They have wandered around, met a few people under their guise of being new recruits. They have been given jobs and are actually got one night to spend with each other before they're separated in the morning, which is where we're going to pick up. So, before I proceed to separate all of you, do you have any last words?
Wow. Feeling the love.
The
No?
DM is splitting the party.
The
Oh,
DM
Let it
is
be
going to.
known.
Yes, I'm breaking the rule. When I do it, it's okay. When you do it, it's bad.
When he does it, he finds it hilarious. When we do it, he gets upset with us.
I don't get upset with you. You get upset when you die, and then I get upset. So if I do it, that means I have designed it that you can be split and you're kind of safe. When you do it, you're probably going to die. So, and you guys, it's morning. Nobody has arrived yet. You have a few minutes before someone comes to take you to your assignments. Also, did I miss anything? Do you guys want to fill in? I kind of gave an overall gist. No? Good. Go ahead, take it away.
Well, where we kind of
Just
left off was you were giving us our jobs, and
Nope,
that's
I gave
kind of where
you.
we.
I gave you your
Ross
jobs.
has no idea what he's doing. You didn't tell
So-
him.
I gave you your jobs. I assigned jobs to each of you. I told you what you would be doing. You have one night to rest, get yourselves together because the next day you would be starting. So
Yep.
I had said that Roz would be going to work with the Dragon Claws. You're basically learn how to be a guard. I had said
Okay.
I had said that Ladybird was going to be work. No, did I just mess up
Ladybird.
your name?
Songbird.
Sorry.
that
Yeah,
died.
right. Songbird was going to be working basically where they clean up the items and get them ready for shipping. I had said that, wow, Ginia is going to be working in the chapel. Vero is going to be working in the library, and Elios is going to be basically serving Razomir. So I did give you all your jobs, and then there was a little bit of a conflict because no one knew Astrid was supposed to be going to work in the stables, but Ginia pulled out the "Do we really have to do that?" and ended up getting him also assigned to the library. So then you were all went to bed, and then the next morning we're here at the next morning. So
But something happened that
Something
night.
happened at the night.
Remember?
yes, you heard people going about. You heard people come downstairs, prep a shipment, and then go back upstairs after they were done. Or at least that's what you heard. You didn't see much. You guys stayed in your bed and just listened.
Didn't one of the dog lizard things come around too? We were told not to wander because they'll attack us. That's right.
Guard
Yes.
rates to be released, not to wander during the things, and there was a guard posted outside our door, so we really didn't want to do anything anyway.
Right. Yes, somebody did come stand in front of your door with a torch. The guard drakes you did hear wandering around late at night, but you only heard them, you didn't see them. Okay. Excuse me. That being said, if you guys have nothing going on, and you're just gonna sit here and wait till somebody shows up, I want to
Well-
confirm that's what you're planning on doing.
I
Some
mean,
Can we eat? Eat breakfast?
well, the
Totally up
last
to you.
time. But I mean, were we instructed that that breakfast be prepared at a certain time? Because our first meal, we were grabbed and escorted to where we were
Right.
going.
So I'm glad you asked because when you start thinking about, do we go get food? You hear drums, and they're fairly like you could tell they're outside. They're not inside the keep, but you can hear them fairly clearly. Like they reverb off of everything.
So is that the breakfast bell?
No, that's
You
a drum.
Well, okay, drum bell. Basically, and typically it would be a bell, but I guess they use drums for the gathering. I don't know. I don't think I've ever heard drums before. But since we might be gathering for breakfast right now, I guess we're just going to go for the reconnaissance type of thing. Somewhere's looking at Virginia. Virginia, not Virginia. Oh, yes.
Something tells me it's probably not breakfast, but and I'm gonna kind of get over towards the arrow slit and peek out and see if I can see anything going on.
okay?
That's right. We have met.
So you look outside, and actually, not far away from you, one you could see like the mud moat. So remember, there's a moat going around this place. It is mostly even with the rest of the mud of this area, but it bubbles, and it's the only part of the ground that you could see bubbling. So it's right outside your window, and every time it bubbles up, you kind of get that swamp smell.
Yummy.
Yeah. But you do see people like milling about when the drum's going off. Nobody seems um, to have any kind of sense of urgency or anything. A lot of the bullywogs are just sitting down around their long houses eating. About this point, though, you do hear footsteps come running down in like a rush, almost like stairs in a schoolhouse when classes are changing. You hear a bunch of people walking down the stairs talking and going by your room.
Anything particular we hear?
Just general noise.
General chit chat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they walk past you. You hear them going across the planks and heading into the Great Hall.
So, general information gathering, yes? Before we head out and join the rest. Songbird's looking around the room.
Yep,
at
I
everybody.
suppose we ought to get It looks like everybody else is up, so it's gonna look weird if we're not, present and accounted for, I guess.
Mm-hmm. But Vero, Aster is going to help you with information, yes? If you can find anything that you might find interesting.
I guess so. I don't even know what my job is yet, so I guess.
You were told what your job was too.
I was going to be working in the library. I could literally not be allowed to touch any books. I don't know what the details of my work is.
That's fair.
I could just be handed a feather duster, a skirt, and told to dust the dust off the books for all I know.
Oh my
Stay
God,
away
just
from
got
the
it.
restricted section, Hermione.
Exactly.
Ross will want to see that.
Oh my
Oh,
God,
wait, I
Vero
just
in a
come-
skirt. Oh my God.
Mm.
Uh-uh.
All right, hold on. I think I could fix this so I can actually see you guys. Just lost. Where'd Rhino go?
I'm still here. My camera's just off.
Oh, okay, because it changed like positioning of everybody.
Mm-hmm.
Let me resize this. I'm doing some resizing, so let's see. That might work better. Cool. Because before I couldn't see you guys. Now I can. Yay.
Yay.
Oh.
Logo, you seem so thrilled to be here.
Mm, Ross is hungry. He's moody until he gets some food.
Okay.
Oh, he's hangry. Actually, right now I'm about to get hangry. I need food.
Okay. So you guys watch the rush go by, and then eventually it'll quiet out. A couple of like stragglers will walk by, kind of look over in your direction, nod. They don't really smile, but they haven't been like nasty to anybody. And then they'll just head into the you hear them like get quieter as they go into the Great Hall or in that direction.
I can swap that down.
Okie doke. Zoom in so I can actually see my person.
All right. So the Great Hall is crowded. Only cultists are in here. So again, the majority of the cultists are human, but there are some bugbears, some half orcs, various races that you wouldn't expect to see outside of like civilized places or inside civilized places, I should say. So everybody's sitting down, food is being served, people are like eating. It looks like a cafeteria. So the only tables that no one's sitting at are the tables where the treasures were being cleaned and prepped for shipment. Those tables are fairly empty now, and the crates in the upper corner are missing. Like they're gone. When you guys went to bed, there was a stack of crates or shipment being ready. There's no shipment now.
Hmm.
Someone has stolen the crates.
Stolen.
Roz, I'm going to move you into the room because you're still outside.
I'm gonna guess those crates are what they were moving past our room last night when we couldn't get up and, get out because of the guard drakes.
Sounds about right.
That door would be closed. So with that one, sorry, I'm just closing doors. But as you walk in, you'll see what do we call the young boy? Pug? Was it Pug
I think so.
or Pudge?
Pug.
Pudge.
Pug.
Oh, it's Pug?
It's Pug.
Pudge
Okay.
was the other one.
I don't know.
There was
Pug.
someone named Pudge.
I don't remember. But yeah, I think it was Pug. So Pug, you'll see Pug and he'll kind of wave over at all of you when you walk in. And as he waves, like somebody like looks at him and like hits his shoulder. It's an older woman.
Oh.
And he'll just kind of like wide-eyed look at her and then like look down at his food and eat. But he'll look at you and smile and just go back to eating. You'll see some of the dragon claws basically standing around like kind of like looking over everybody like moderators as everybody's sitting and eating. You notice that everyone sitting and eating is regular cultists, like acolytes or new recruits. Kind of like what you guys are. So you all just walk in and stand at the doorway nervously?
Well, I mean, there's not like it's designed with tables, places that we can sit down. So we're just
That's
Yeah, so
true. But you could
we're kind of
say.
just off. We're gonna go find a table to go eat.
Okay.
Is it
All right.
like everyone's walking through a food line then finding their seat, or
Yes, there's
it a
like
buffet?
there's servers at thing like you grab a plate and they put food on your plate and you walk to the next spot, they put more food on your plate and you go sit down.
then we will fall in line?
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So all of you get in line and grab your food. As you're standing in line, it goes fairly quickly. They're pretty efficient. And there's not like hundreds of people in here. The room is full, but you figure if you count just the acolytes and such, there's maybe like 20 people in here. Now, the dragon claws, you only see two, and you know there's more of those. So the dragon claws are the ones that are dressed in soldiers. And how you tell them apart is how everybody has robes, okay? So the acolytes have a robe that looks like a poncho, but they have shoulder pads, so like little shoulder plates that are made out of material on their, and the front of the poncho goes down to about their knees. There's kind of a slit in it as it covers their arms, so the arms stick out at like the elbow, and then it has like a tail in the back, right? So it's like one piece that tapers to a point in the back. Dragon claws have a very similar one, but it's more elaborate. The shoulder pads are bigger. It covers more of their chest. So you can tell ranks by the robes that they're wearing.
I was going to say by shoulder pad size.
Basically, yeah, almost by shoulder pad size. Yes.
So it's like the 80s.
Yep.
Yeah, it's the
That's about
80s.
right.
In fact, I'll share some pictures with you in Discord because I did save them so you could see them. There's a chat.
At least I know there's one person in here with us doesn't know about the shoulder pads in the 80s as well.
That's mean.
Oh, the things you've missed.
Uh-huh.
I don't know if I would consider that a loss, honestly.
All right, so that's like an acolyte.
Okay.
This would be a dragon claw.
Oh yeah. It's almost like a beetle getting more points on themselves.
And then you've seen guys like this walking around as well.
I feel like I'm seeing a Dragon Ball transformation of an enemy.
Right?
And it's kind of what it looks like, but the higher in rank you go, the more elaborate your poncho gets. And they continue. Like I have more, but these are the only three you've seen so far. Here. For the most part, the cultists wear regular clothes underneath. So when you've seen them out in the fields and everything, they weren't wearing these. But here they're wearing them. There, I feel better. I shared. All right. So you guys get your food, find a table, we'll sit down together.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep, if we can.
Sounds good. Yeah, it's not that difficult. You would have other people sitting at the table with you. And you won't be by yourself, but you can get a table where all of you can fit with like a couple of other people.
Yeah, we'll just stare at them and make them uncomfortable till they leave. No, I'm just joking.
Why are they sitting there looking at us menacingly?
Chew slowly.
All right. Hold on. Let me put you all together. See, be right there. All right. So you're all sitting down, hanging out, looking at each other. You get your food, you eat. Eventually, Sebastian and his left and right will walk in, but they have one of the drakes with them. So the guard drakes are basically really big dogs. Um, you've seen and fought them before. You know what they're capable of, and oh my goodness. So anyway, so when they walk in, by now a lot of people have cleared out, and Sebastian and the others are like looking, and they are military. So the regular cultists just go about their business, they go to their work, but Sebastian and them, their job is basically like security. So they walk in and they head right towards you guys. And the Drake is like pulling at the handler. Not a lot, but he is pulling at the handler, like going towards your table.
Good puppy. Nice puppy.
Is that what you say?
Oh, if it's on a leash and everything like that, it's kind of what kind of I murmur it. I'm not quite sure how well they'll take me calling it a puppy.
So as it gets closer, he's walking with it. He's not fighting. Like he's keeping it from running off, but he's walking with it. And every time he takes a step, he's like, plants to like hold it a little bit so it just doesn't run amok. They walk over to the table. Sebastian comes behind him, like with a little bit of a smirk as he walks behind it. When the Drake reaches the table, he kind of like plops up, claws out on top of the table, and he's looking right at Elios.
Elios looks cautiously at it, knowing that he is very small.
So,
Just kind of waves.
as you raise your hand, it like I'm trying to think, like when a dog bristles, it'll do something equivalent to that. So it's going to flare out. I squint and it's going to like hunker down a little bit out above the table, but it's going to get really close to you and start smelling you, which involves its tongue.
Elios is going to not move. He's going to become as still as a rock.
What are the rest of you doing?
Just kind of watching what's going to happen and just
Watching
keeping
the
an eye that
standoff.
it doesn't go after Elios.
All right, so you're all sitting there just watching. After a few minutes, the handler for this Drake will kind of like pull the leash a little bit, and it's gonna go over to the next one of you, which is Roz. And Roz, it's going to kind of do the same thing.
You should teach your animals more manners than this. Even Roz knows you don't put your paws on the table.
So one of the guards will kind of chuckle, and Sebastian will give him a look, like a stern look. But they haven't said anything. He says, I assure you this is necessary. We don't want the Drakes attacking you. We'll get you acclimated to all of them, but they need to know you.
This is good to know because the little one you just, Roz is smelling something. He might have, so it's very scary.
It's gonna pop off the table and like lumber over to Ginia and repeat the process.
Fear's not paying attention. He's now trying to figure out if Helios went to the bathroom on the ground.
He's looking
No.
under the
He's
table.
He's like, nah, he did not.
All right. After Ginia, it's gonna go over to Astrid. Astrid's just like, the hand, and this is the first time the handler says like, "Don't worry, he'll only bite if I let him go." So it'll do the same thing. Astrid doesn't like the sensation. And then from Astrid, it'll go to Vero.
I could care less that it's there.
Right, Vero's just like eating, trying to like slapping his tongue away. And then
It gets
after,
defensive of food. Like
right? Mine. So after Vero, it'll go to Songbird, and then it will basically return. It'll do the whole circle. He'll look over at Sebastian. He says, will this will allow you to at least travel the first floor. The Drake's alphas tend to like dictate what the rest of them will do. They're fairly intelligent. And the one with the guard Drake and the other one will like head out. Sebastian will stay there. And says, "Well, are you all ready?"
Sebastian or Stannis?
Stannis. I don't know why I said Sebastian. Stannis. Sorry.
Okay, let me change this.
Yeah, it is Stannis. Sorry.
Well, I'm ready. Shall we all get to wherever we're going and figure out what we're going to be doing?
Yes, we should. With that, he's going to turn around and kind of go like this with his fingers, like bring some, like, come here. And several acolytes will head over to the table. So there is one for Vero and Astrid, one for Ginia, one for Songbird, one for Roz, and one for Elios. And I just lost my pen. Okay. So, you guys roll initiatives. We'll see who's going to go first.
Don't scare like that.
It's not a scare. Oh, it looks like it's going to be. No, wait. Oh,
Me.
it's going to be Vero first, but I need Ginia
Holy
and
crap.
Songbird to re-roll.
Okay.
I was waiting for this same roll again. Would have been hilarious.
That would have been funny.
So was I.
Right? Okay, so we're going to start with Vero, then we'll go to Songbird, Ginia, and then Elios, and then Roz. So, Roz, you're going to be last.
Okay.
All right. Hold on, because I need to open up other maps, and I forgot to do it while I was sitting here waiting for everybody to get here. So they are going to bring you here. Yes. No. Wrong. Here. Come along, map. I need you. Where are you? Oh, there you are. All right. So you are going to be brought. Trying to think of which way they would take this path.
The road less traveled.
Yes, the road less traveled.
Follow the yellow brick road.
That could work too.
Mm-hmm.
The path of least resistance.
All right. So actually, they're going to lead Ginia and Vero the same direction. They're going to take you outside. So come along, Ginia. Oh, you got yourself. Okay. They're going to take you to this door here. Over there. Ginia, they're going to basically leave you behind and continue on up the staircase, which is behind this door over here. Where, Vero, you will be walking up the stairs. Okay. And then they're going to
Ever
bring
been
you.
to this part of the castle before?
No, you're not. But now I got to shift you to another map. That's why.
That's 100% a lie because everyone's
And-
Scooby Door dude every single door possible when
Not
we
that
first
door.
came in here.
Did you do that door?
Yeah,
remember.
we did.
Okay. So they're going to take you up to here. I'm going to share this. I just tried to share it with. I tried to drop the token on the images from Video Ninja. All right. Did that open up for you?
It did.
Okay. So they take you here. Basically, what you're standing in is these rooms are filled with shelves. The first one you came up was this one over here with the staircase. And then they take you into this one. There are several other acolytes in here, basically sorting through and arranging their stacks of books, okay, and scrolls, all kinds of reading materials. The first room is basically,
Would you say
you
that
could.
my day looks pretty booked from this point forward?
I wouldn't say that. You would say that. The first room you walk into is filled with just books, but they're in crates. So like crates and crates of books. Okay.
Okay. Books in
This
crate condition. Got it.
in crate condition. And then the second room, the larger of the rooms, is shelves, multiple shelves where the books are being arranged and categorized. Okay. According to whatever they are. So this is where they're going to leave you and tell you that your job first, they're going to present you to someone. And this is new initiates. Old lady looks up and looks over in your direction. She doesn't look like she's probably like mid to upper 40s. She looks over at you and she goes, "Can you read?"
Yes.
You sure? Sounded like a question.
Well, I mean, I can read. Yes, I can read. I just didn't. There's a lot of
Okay,
different things.
that's enough. What about you? She looks at Astrid. Astrid's is like, he just shakes his head. No.
You can't read?
Nobody ever taught me how to read.
So I'll have to work on that too.
Oh, so, fine.
As if she's not talking to us, we have that little conversation.
She like pauses and looks at you. And you can tell she's annoyed by the fact that you're talking to each other. It's like, and she does look at you. She says, "I don't see. You're not related. Can't be. So, adopted."
In a matter of speaking, I guess.
Well, we'll try to keep you to accommodate you, I guess. Here, and she like tosses a rag at Astrid. Start dusting. It's like, yes, ma'am. He'll look at you as he says it, like I'm supposed to be doing this, right?
Yeah, I just like gestured, like go for it.
You follow me.
Follow the
She'll take you back into this room where the crates are,
old bag. No.
and she will tell you. Start going through the crates. You categorize everything that's here. She'll go over to like a little table, grab a scroll, like slap it into your chest.
The Dewey Decimal System.
Yeah, you're gonna invent the Dewey Decimal System. She'll slap it into your chest. She'll hand you a quill, and she says, "You know how to use this.
Yes.
Make a note of the title and a brief synopsis. Brief synopsis.
Like I'm to read part of the book to provide the synopsis?
Yes.
Okay.
Remember my first question?
If I could read, yes.
There you go. Now you're gonna
But,
use that
I
skill
mean-
that you have.
Technically, the title would require reading as well.
Yes. I don't care how much you get out of it, as long as your synopsis is accurate. We will get further into detail in the categories. For now, brief synopsis and then stack them. And she like points over to a corner of the room where you just see stacks of books and parchments of various categories. And you don't know, she doesn't tell you what the categories are. You think you can handle it?
Yeah.
Good.
Read synopsis stack.
Excellent. And she turns and like walks out in a huff. All right.
She's gonna be
Ginny and
so
one.
happy about tea time. No.
Right when you stop. Okay. So that's where they leave you and Astrid. Basically a couple of rooms. You can see Astrid like walking around just kind of cleaning stuff. She looks at him and just shakes her head, but she doesn't say anything to him too much. But she does give you like an evil eye every now and then after looking at him. Like
Oh, she does not look. She looks upon a face or person that is just
oblivious.
fully and just oblivious and into whatever it is that he's currently doing. Is
Yeah. You're
I
just
get to
yeah. And you do notice that the crates are the same type of crates that you followed here. So they have the same markings on them. They look the same. They're almost like
appear to
the
be
same
looted
treasure
books.
crates. Yes, looted books. And if you can guess, they're worth a fortune. There is a lot of books here.
Well, I mean, it gives me a chance to. I guess I can look through when I look through the book, see if there's anything of cult related. I guess.
Okay, we can do that in a second.
Yeah.
I want to kind of go through everybody so
Yeah.
nobody's
I
waiting for
figured as much.
too long. All right, so the next one will be Songbird. Songbird, you're easy. They just kind of walk you over to a table and they tell you, we'll have some crates arriving soon. Once they're brought out for you, you're going to go through, write a description, clean the items. I try to identify them using some, your knowledge. If you have questions, you can ask one of the others that are here as well. They're full of knowledge. You see like two old guys and an old woman kind of sitting next to you, basically doing the delicate work of cleaning items in front of them and making notes of what they are. So you're doing the same thing that he's doing, except you're doing with actual items. All right. So you've just been given a table. You saw people working these tables before. And you're going to be working them again. So they give you like a little station, like cubicle. You got your own little cubicle. People will drop stuff off. You basically do your best to clean them up, get them ready for Our Lady, and also categorize them and guess their worth. You did something that they believe you can do that. I don't remember what it was.
It was based off of instruments and everything because I have a lyre with me.
Yes. So they figured that you could pick out artistic items or that nature and stuff. So welcome to your new job. Do you have any questions?
You said old lady and men.
Two older men. And there's a couple of younger people like that are doing the heavy lifting, like bringing the crates and following their instruction. But yes, two old men and a lady.
Two old men and a lady. Am I getting looks from them? Like, who the
No,
hell is this? Or is this?
they're going about their business. Like the old man has like the little magnifying glasses on to see the stuff while he's cleaning. They're really not paying attention to you at all.
To meticulous work. Like, they're meticulous with the work. Okay.
Yeah, like they're basically restoring art pieces that have been handled by goblins and not handled well.
Oh, Lord.
So, okay. So, yeah. So, and maybe every now and then they're complaining about how they got their stuff, but this is where they're leaving you. Okay? All right. Next was Ginia, because Ginia had the tie. Ginia, they lead you in here. What they tell you is this is the chapel. Basically, you're going to maintain it. There are a few other followers that will come in and work with you, but it's not constantly used, or it's not a regimented use. People come and go as they please to worship Our Lady, so it's just keep it presentable, honor her, but you don't know when people are going to come, and it's pretty much when they feel like it. So yours is to help them, make sure the place is presentable. Um, there is also a storeroom here. It's if you would like to maybe, restore the chapel to glory, you can use the items in the storeroom. Um, there's also a rectory in the back that a few dragon claws call their home, so you will be also keeping their area clean as well. So kind of like um what are those people that do the things? Um the boys, altar boy. So you're kind of like an altar boy. You're basically taking care of a few dragon claws and keeping the area and everything clean. Okay, but I don't know if there's a female version of an altar boy, so sorry.
Girls can be altar boys too.
Yep.
What do they call them?
Altar boys.
It's just okay. Well, that. And like I said, in the back area, there's living quarters for four. You see, there's 4 bunks back there. They're obviously in here, but they are dragon claws, so soldiers, but more of the religious type of soldiers. Okay. So your job is to basically keep their area clean, keep the chapel clean, and if you want, you can start using items from the storeroom, maybe to make the chapel even better.
Okay.
Okay. And of course, if anybody comes in, you help them out, provide whatever they need for their worship of Our Lady. So, and there'll be others in here every now and then to help you or work with you, but this is actually going to be your position.
All right.
Any questions?
Nope.
Well, then we'll leave you to it. And they leave you alone. They walk out and leave you alone.
All right. Well, I'm gonna go start rustling around in the storeroom to look for things to restore the chapel.
So everything in here, there's basically like broken stools, a broken altar, corroded like religious icons from various gods around the realms, like goodly gods that have been like destroyed and dumped into this room. There are some other like religious artifacts here, like incense burners and things of that nature. But most of it's just kind of been tossed into this room with a bunch of junk. So it
Mhm.
will take you a while to go through and find, like, go through everything and sort it out. But yeah, you can do that.
All right. Well, that's what I'm gonna make myself busy doing.
Okay. Are you looking for anything specific? If not, that's fine. I was just wondering.
Um, not especially, but if I find something of note, I would make note of it. But really, I'm just trying to make it look like I'm actually, working hard in the service of Our Lady.
Okay. All right. Cool. Um, who is next?
That
Oh,
would be
Elios. Elios. So your trip is a little bit different. They will take you outside, and they're going to take. Wait. Let me make sure they're taking you outside. They might take you a different way. Yes, they are taking you a different way. Okay. So, well, they're not taking you outside. They're taking you down this way. They're taking you through here. You will see them having the conversation with Ginia about this is her place. You'll kind of walk by. You'll go upstairs. You'll pass. You'll pass. Vero and Astrid being given their instruction as you go over here. Is this the right button? It is not the right button. Wait, no, it is. I just need to do this. Come now. Yes. You'll pass Vero over here, kind of like looking at crates of books, and then you will go up one further floor.
You get away from me.
What?
I wave at Elios and I point at books.
Elios shrugs.
Doesn't
He's never seen a book.
I don't understand. All right. And then you will be brought up one more floor. So you'll be taken up to the third floor. Let me open up the right map. And you, sir, will be deposited in this room. I don't like the way they did those stairs, but whatever. Okay. So you will be deposited. Where did I put your token? 3 maps. I've done this to myself. I feel like I am to blame.
You should let us all just be in the same place.
Nope. So they put you into this room. What you see here is basically this is the cleanest floor. Like everything you've passed on the first floor was all mud. Everything was smeared with mud. There was mud traipsed through the floors. Just muck. The second floor was a little bit cleaner. Not so bad. Not as much mud. You could tell, like, you know, maybe people tried to clean off their feet before they walked upstairs. In this room, everything is clean. Like there's no traces of mud. At the bottom of the stairs, you could see where actually people like leave their shoes. The furniture here is polished wood. There's a desk and all kinds of basically dragon motif. By the doorway, as you walk in, there are 2 dragons facing each other. They're about 3 feet tall. They're not like real dragons, they're statues. But they're exquisitely done. And they're facing each other like on either side of the doorway. And they will explain to you, she says, touch nothing unless you were told to, other than within this room. If if Ramirez needs something, or a worm speaker needs something, she will command you. She is not here presently, but this will be your work area. I suggest you get to cleaning. Mind the chest.
Is it alive?
The chest? No.
Okay. I've heard stories about chests that are alive and eat people.
No. And this one will just melt your skin from your bones.
Ah, that would be similarly unpleasant.
Yes. So, clean, take care of things, do not touch anything on the desk. And you look over towards the desk. While the desk is exquisite, well crafted, it is just covered with papers. Put your map over here. Okay. Any questions, little one?
What do I do for food?
What do you mean?
Like when it is mealtime, does someone come to get me? Do they bring the food here?
You're very new, aren't you?
Yes.
Okay. Listen when you hear the drums. Well, when you hear this doom, 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 doom repeated pattern, that's mealtime.
Okay.
Okay. There's other patterns, but you just want the rhythmic doom, 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 doom pattern. That's meals. You just return to the Great Hall.
Okay.
Any other questions?
I don't no. I think that's all.
All right. Realize out of you and all your initiates, you do have the most dangerous of jobs. Do not upset her. It would be a shame to have to remove your arms from your body.
I like my arms.
Good. Then you should do wonders. And she'll kind of pat you on the head and says, now, take this. She'll hand you a little rag. Says, begin cleaning. Start with the statues. They look terrible.
Elias just nods and takes the rag.
Okay. So they will leave you basically there. Watch you for a minute and then head down the stairs.
I guess I'll take the rag and start trying to wipe down these statues. They're made of stone, right?
The statues are made out of onyx.
Oh,
They're polished glass. So they keep fingerprints really easy. That's probably why they want them cleaned.
okay.
All right. And then last but not least, Roz.
Yes.
So Roz, they're going to basically look at you. Did you put on your swords and leave your bow in your room?
Nope. Both bows are with him.
So he's gonna look at you and he says, we discussed this.
Listen, Ross understands, but this bow here was my grandfather's. It has much emotional attachment to Ross. Ross can put it in a corner wherever we are going, but it will go with me. This one was given to me, and you do not need to know that story, but again, very attached to this bow. Again, both bows can go in a corner. He will not fight with them. Ross is looking forward to using the sword, but I cannot leave them unattended, if you understand my meaning.
One, you will learn to forego physical attachments in service of Our Lady. Two, I just wish that you return them to your room.
Very well. Only if you can guarantee nothing will become of my possessions.
We don't steal from each other here, and if someone does steal from you, they will be punished accordingly.
That is all Ross needs to hear. Thank you. And he's gone, comes back. No
Okay.
bows.
So, with that, he will look at you up and down. He says, better. Here. And he kind of tosses one of the cloaks at you.
He catches it.
All right. So it looks a lot like theirs, but there's white paint down the two sides.
Okay.
And he says, that's so everyone will understand that you're in training. First things first. And they're going to take you to, they're going to take you to the kennels. Fitting that you're going to the kennels.
Yes.
Turn this. Okay. So they're gonna take you across. They're gonna take you out this door here. They're gonna basically take you over there, and you're going to see several of the drakes basically tied to stakes. The drakes are being very lazy. They're not like as you approach, they'll kind of get up and look and growl. But the one that you met earlier will like stomp on the ground and like kind of get in front of them, and the rest of them will fall in line and creep closer to you to sniff you.
When Roz heard kennels, he's going to start ritually casting, and I don't know how, that's just verbal and Semitic, but he's going to cast Speak with Animals.
If you do it in front of them, they're going to notice.
Who, the Drakes or the guy?
The guy who's leading.
Okay.
You're with
Then-
Stannis.
Okay, then I will refrain until he is gone.
This is so stupid. Oh my god. Anyway, so yeah, you're with Stannis, and you're also like one of the other not not a dragon claw. You're with one of the acolytes. So one of the acolytes is following around behind you. Okay. So he'll take you over there. He'll basically say, we keep them here during the day so to allow safer travel before we cut them out on their patrols. The drakes are intelligent enough to patrol on their own. They have assigned areas and they will keep to them. But during the day, we kind of let them sit here and just in the shade and relax. So after that, he's going to bring you back this way. Actually, will he go up to here? No, he will take you back this way. Did somebody close the door?
Mm-mm.
Bring you through here, take you upstairs, and they're going to take you to this room over here. They're going to introduce you to several other. So I'm going to move you up to the second floor. And I have to share the map with you. Elios, you did get the map, right? When I moved you to the third floor?
No, I have not yet.
Oh, sorry. Hold on. There you go. That's the room you're looking at that you're sitting in. Roz, you got the second floor?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So you come into this room and they'll basically point at the two doors. These are our barracks. You don't get a bunk up here yet, but this is what you strive for. Again, second floor, much cleaner. You could see that at the top of the stairs, a lot of people like basically clean there's not a rug. People like shake off the dirt and they don't drag it into the rest of the room. So this is like a little like a foyer to the other rooms. Okay.
Okay. Yep.
And he'll point to one room. He says, that is the Dragon Wings quarters. They're very, very temperamental. Avoid them. We haven't reached their rank yet.
Okay, which way is he pointing?
He points to the right room.
Okay.
So here I'll do the pointy thing.
Ding.
He points to this room. Okay.
All right.
He says, this room is the room you're aspiring to. That's where the Dragon Claws stay. And he'll actually open up that door. So when he opens up that door,
Is everyone clawing for the top spot?
oh my god. Yes, that is actually what they do. Okay. You'll see that when he opens up that thing, there is maybe 6, 7, 7 beds in here. And I take that back. That's not where that's regular cultists. So there's like bunk beds. Sorry, bunk beds. So there's 6 bunk beds in here.
Okay.
All right. But they're triple. So, one on the bottom, one in the middle, third one on top. Okay. But there's only like 6 of them. And they're arranged neatly. You can see that there's foot lockers at the base of each of them. Most of the beds are made in an orderly fashion, but there are a couple that are rolled up, like waiting for somebody to claim them. He says, this is where our initiates and acolytes stay. And he says, come, I'll take you to the barracks. No, that shouldn't be locked, but okay. So he showed you that room. What was
I
that?
just wanted to look in real
It's
quick
my
to see what
phone.
it showed like.
Oh, okay. It was like,
Oh, okay.
My phone was sitting on my desk near my mic because I set it down.
All right. I'm going to unlock the tokens. Hold on. They shouldn't be locked on any of the maps.
Can you approve my move? Oh.
I wasn't going to improve your movement. Just unlocking them. Okay. Everybody should be unlocked and able to move around freely. Just don't go through locked or closed doors without telling me. Or
Not
asking
unlocked.
me. What?
Not
Oh,
unlocked.
because on that map they were already unlocked, and then I went and locked them. Now they're unlocked. All right. Let's see. Where are they? Oh, so they'll actually let you know that when you have like achieved your rank in full, that you will get a room in the rectory
Okay.
where the other dragon claws are. So evident all the dragon claws share a room in the back of the rectory, except for Stannis. Stannis has his own room. So, that being said, after he gives you a little bit of a tour, it will take you back to the courtyard where you can train with the rest of the dragon claws. Elios, I see your thing moving around out of the corner of my eye. Stop it.
I was cleaning the room. What do you want?
Move slower. All right, so they will take you back over here, Roz, and you will be here with a few dragon claws and other acolytes. So there's another acolyte with you that are training to be dragon claws. And part of your training is one, learning to handle the guard drakes, and then combat with combat training, and then of course you have to go and soldier. So you have to walk patrols. So they'll let you like
Soldiering 101.
yeah, you'll be soldiering. You from like listening to them talk, you think maybe one or two of these guys are soldiers, but you don't think they may have been great soldiers or have seen actual combat.
Okay.
Okay. I would say that to you they would be the same impression that we would have of like the guys playing airsoft. You know that impression that you get when you see the guys who definitely were never a soldier but take airsoft a little bit too seriously.
Right.
That you get that impression.
Okay.
Okay, but they do know how to handle the guard drakes, and that in itself is pretty impressive. So maybe they were more like farmers or steer handlers or something, but that's what's going on. So that's what you're basically going through for the day. You're training to become one of the soldiers.
Okay.
The only one that seems to have any inkling or like really know how to use a sword is Stannis. All right, so that's where all of you have deposited. You will spend the day going through your normal tasks. Pretty much, people will come and go, walk around. You're not under lock and key. You're not being watched. I think Vero has the worst of it because the woman over him is she's just like a bitter, like bitter
Good.
woman. But
I'm
everybody else,
having a blast.
yeah. But the rest, like Ginia, they left you pretty much by yourself. Uh, Roz, you're working with animals and like other soldiers, and you're quickly becoming like top of the class because obviously, like I said, they're more like playing at being soldiers, and you are actually someone who has killed people.
Okay.
So, eventually, some items are brought in for you to identify and kind of appraise Songbird, and you're just sitting there, basically playing with like art objects. And Dorn, you're in this office just kind of looking around at everything from your point of view. So, does anybody want to do anything before you can meet up again for lunch?
I would like to learn more about the ones that have been here for a little bit, the two older gentlemen and an older lady. Probably trying to get the gist of how meticulous I need to be, what they're exactly expecting. kind of see if I get a little information of what's going on or
So
what's being
you
sent
just
out.
so how my question is, how are you doing that? Like, what are you doing?
Well, just being a conversationalist, you know.
Okay, we'll
a-
start a
a-
conversation then.
okay. Well, let's see. I guess I would start with the lady.
Okay.
We like, go up to her and say, "Hello."
She kind of just looks up at you, like almost like shocked that you're talking to her. She says, "Oh, you have a question, dear?"
Yes. Is there anything specific that I'm looking for, or is it just in general? Do they want it a certain way? Do you know where we're taking it? Kind of.
Um,
They brought me here and didn't really tell me a lot in detail.
Taking. Well, I assume it's taken to storage. Um, well, here, come here, and she'll like have a seat. She'll point to the bench next to her.
And Songbird was with that.
So she'll turn her parchment towards you and says, "Here, we're going to basically, if we can recall a name or a bit of lore about the item or anything of that nature, we should document it. If not, be descriptive. So if you don't know the name, don't fake it. Put in the
Okay.
description as detailed as possible and the approximated worth. Once, and then we want to clean and restore it as best we can. It seems that, and she kind of like lowers her voice. She says, the lizard men are not very capable. Um, they're a little rough, and the pollywogs are no better. So, you
Mm.
know, a lot of the goods have been battered, beaten, and some have been broken. We do our best to restore them for her, Our Lady, and her greatness.
Oh,
Gifts to Our Lady cannot be less than perfect,
I agree. I agree.
but we need to keep track and we need to do our best estimate of what they're worth. I'm assuming Stannis saw something in you.
Yes, I am actually proficient in instruments, musical instruments, kind of the arts, theatrical, that sort of thing, I
Yeah, well,
guess.
that's good to know. We can make sure that we push those in your direction. I happen to be a painter. Willie over there, um, he is uh, he was a sculptor,
Mm-hmm.
and the other one was a jeweler.
The other one has no name.
He does and burns,
Uh-huh.
burns.
Burns. I really appreciate it. And what was your name?
Everyone calls me Norma.
Norma. Is that what they just call you, or is that what your name actually is?
Oh, no, that's my name. They just leave out my surname.
Okay. Well, I'm Win.
Wind,
Win.
like wind.
WYN. Like wind.
Oh, oh, fitting.
Mm, thank you. Okay. Okay. Give me a second. All right. So then we don't send it anywhere or take it anywhere. They come and get it.
Yes,
Or
we just when we're done with it, we put it at the end of the table on this side, and someone will collect it gently, handle it, wrap it, and place it in the crates over in the corner.
okay.
We have we're very little mobility. We sit at our benches and do our work. Everything is provided for us. If you need somebody to get you something, we have several assistants. They change from day to day, but everyone in and she'll like you'll notice like anyone wearing the ponchos can pretty
Hmm.
much you can tell them what to do.
Okay. Does anyone come and talk to us, or do we hear anything? Do they just talk around us?
I mean, we're in the Great Hall, which is a pain when it's time for meals, but
Mm,
for the
true, I
most
can see
part, we
that.
don't want anyone talking to us. It's distracting. So
Okay.
we take our breaks and eat our food just like everyone else because with all the noise, we can't get anything.
Okay.
I mean, maybe you can, but I can't. Definitely Willie can't.
I'm gonna look over at Willie and Burns.
They're into what they're doing. They're not even paying attention to your conversations.
Okay. All right. Well, I greatly appreciate it.
You're welcome. Now, get back to work, dear.
Okay. Is there a pile that was given, like, brought to me already?
Yeah, there you have a couple of trinkets on the end of your desk that you can go
Okay.
through and start looking at.
Alrighty. Are they instrumental or are they just
No, they're just
what it was
pieces
given to
that they
me?
want you to clean.
Okay.
Yeah, they were already on your desk when you started, so
Okay. All right. Then I will get to work.
anyone else?
Yeah, anytime anybody comes into the chapel, Ginny is going to be very helpful and see if they need anything or if she can help them. And when there's nobody in the chapel, she's going to continue to go through the storeroom.
Okay. Um for the most part though, Ginny, nobody really comes in to bother you during the day. Which is kind of strange. Now you do hear people walking around upstairs, you do hear people outside, but nobody really comes in during the day to bother you at all. Um, there is one person that walks in, looks at you strangely for a second, then heads back into the back room. And you hear him like shuffling about.
The back room, like the Dragonclaw barracks back room? Or,
Yes.
okay.
And he is wearing a Dragon Claw uniform.
Well, then I'm going to assume that he is supposed to be there because he is wearing a uniform.
Yes. And you'll hear him like muttering and something, and then he'll come out and he says, who are you?
I'm Nanya. I'm here to clean up the chapel and help anybody with their devotions should they need help.
Oh, you're the replacement. Well, I hope you last longer than the last one.
What happened to the last one?
Uh, let's just say they got too close to a hungry Drake.
That sounds painful. I will take that into consideration.
And so, well, it was a pleasure to meet you, Nunya.
And you
This
as
is that.
well. And I'm going to hand it, like, stick out my hand, like I'm going to shake his hand and kind of hint that I would like to know his name.
So he's getting, like, he was leaning towards the door. He sees you put it in his hand. He's like, oh. He comes over and goes, hi, Argyle.
It's very nice to meet you, Argyle.
Pleasure. I got to get back on patrol, so I guess I'll see you tonight.
Indeed.
And he'll walk out.
All right.
Why are you laughing?
Because also I'm laughing because somebody mouthed exactly what I was thinking.
What?
Ooh, it's a
Ooh, it's a
date.
date.
Oh my goodness. Children. All right. But yeah, that's about the only interaction you have. You do know that there will be probably 3 more of these dudes that come in and out of here. Or 3 more of the Dragon Claws. They're not all dudes. There are a couple of women too. Anyway, so for the most part, you'll be left alone. In the storeroom, like cleaning up and organizing it, you're thinking that maybe some of the furniture could be salvaged, but it would need some repairs because it looks like whoever dumped it in here trashed everything first. Like they were desecrating it. Whatever god this chapel was before, and you think you might have an idea, they definitely trashed everything in here to make to leave nothing left.
Well, I'm going to make note of that so I can ask Stannis if there's anyone who can repair the furniture, or if I could get some tools to repair the furniture.
All right. Okay. Um, is that all?
I mean, if there's nobody else coming in and out, there's not really much else I can do but go through stuff.
Okay. What about the rest of you? Anybody else?
Is Roz with a is there like a trainer there, or is it just the other guys?
Just the other guys. Like there is one guy that seems to be like second in command. It's the one that you've seen following Stannis around. And he's just like I said, he's just a little bit much. He's the one that you got gave you the most indication like he's playing at soldier.
Okay.
Okay.
Because whatever he's told to do, as far as like defense, offense, because he has a sword and he can use it, but he's not really proficient with it. You know what I'm saying? So Roz is going to take this time to learn and to get better with the sword, even if it comes from the hands of the cultists or whatever.
Wait, you're not proficient with a longsword?
Well, he's proficient. What I'm saying is
okay.
he would like to be, next time he gets in a fight with a longsword, he'd like to be, not his tertiary weapon,
Gotcha.
but maybe a secondary weapon as opposed to just a bow.
Okay. Yeah. So, a lot of what he goes over is like rudimentary basics because he's teaching new soldiers, like new recruits. But it has merit. Like knowing the basics has merit. So like you go over like attack defense routines where two people are swinging swords. So like they swing at you, you block. Then you block, and they swing at you. So you're going through those movements, basically drilling them in. But
Okay.
it's a lot of simple stuff. No no complicated attacks or movement.
Okay.
What else? Anybody else want to do anything before we call lunch?
My job.
Okay. Yes. You two are doing your job. So eventually, now here's the thing. The only one that's been told about the drums is Elios. So, Elios, you will hear the rhythmic beating of the drums. You have heard other beatings of the drums, but they're not the same beat. Okay? So you heard like different tones or rhythms, and then you finally get the one that's very monotone rhythm, even beat.
Upon hearing the lunch drum, I would go make my way back down. I would make my way downtown, and as I do, I would call out. I would like signal to Vero that it's time for food. If I see him,
I mean, I think you would. I'm still in the same room that you walked by at the bottom of the stairs. So
Yeah, you would see him as also Vero. You hear the drums as well, and you see a couple of people like set their things down, straighten themselves out, pick up their robes, put them back on, and start filing out of the rooms as well. Not everybody, but some people go to eat. The lady that's kind of in charge of your area of the library does not, but she doesn't stop anyone either.
if he says it's lunchtime, then I'll be like, "Oh, okay," and then I'll grab Astrid on the way out. And
So you two will head back to the Great Hall. So you go down the staircase, and at the bottom of the staircase, you will not see, but you do know this is the area where you saw Ginia as well.
is she around when we get downtown?
When you get to the bottom stairs, if you look to your left, you can see dust coming out of a room, and you can hear her rummaging about inside of it.
I'll just be like, "Jin, yeah, it's lunch.
Lunch.
If
Yes.
she, yeah, it's
Then you-
lunchtime."
All right, Genia's gonna kind of come out of the room, kind of, dusting off her hands and kind of straightening herself up and say, well, I suppose we better go get some lunch then, huh?
Yep.
So you three will kind of regroup and head over to the Great Hall. I'm not moving everybody over there. You're just over there. Unless something pops off, then I'll move everybody. Now, for you, Roz, nobody else breaks for the lunch meal. They kind of just look at each other and just continue working. Um, oh, and you wouldn't, and again, you wouldn't know that's what it means.
No.
So they go through it for a little bit, and then as soon as it stops, everybody just like turns and stands, and Stannis will like give a salute, and he's dismissed. See you back here in an hour. And then they all like kind of run off towards the mess hall.
Raz will sheath his sword and follow. He won't run, but he'll follow.
All right. So you head over to the thing. Now all of you are in the mess hall once again. You kind of arrive at different times, but close enough. You can interact with one another once again.
Finding a table together. I'm assuming.
Raz is going to stick with the boys.
The soldiers?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So the trainers, the ones that are actually wearing uniforms, they turn and go to like a corner and start talking to each other. Like you've seen them do before. Okay. And then they start milling through the crowds. The ones that are in training, they basically tuck their robes and go find a table to sit down. So which group are you planning to stand with?
You talking to Raz?
Yes.
Oh, the guys that he was out in the courtyard training with. You said there
Right.
was 3 or 4 of them.
Yeah. Okay,
Yep.
so you're gonna stick with them. All right. So you go. So they do, like I said, they pull off their robes, like kind of throw them over their shoulders, and then they run over and grab some food. And it looks like heavy workout. They're just hungry and trying to get back that energy. So they just
Whatever they do, he's going to kind of emulate. If they take off their robe to throw it over their shoulder, he'll do the same.
okay. All right. So you guys see Roz following like these 3 other guys, and as a group, they kind of go. Roz is lingering behind them, but you see he's like doing the same things as them, and they all go sit at a table together. And they, talk. Is like, yeah, why'd he hit so hard? Like, you should have blocked. They start talking sword play.
This is fairly new for Roz. His hands are just a little tender, Roz is used to shooting bows. See, touch these 3 fingers here. That it is like a rock from the bow. But this is Roz is not used to this. But you are doing very well, you 3. Roz can learn much from you.
Well, my dad was a soldier and Waterdeep. So they start talking tales and filling your head with like their delusions.
That's what he wants. That's what he's looking for.
Yeah, so they definitely will like start telling you stories, and you can. These guys are definitely bigger. They're younger. You could tell that this would be like if you were going to recruit soldiers, these are the ones you would recruit, kind of. So, but they're also like easy in conversation to get talking about stuff. So, and they're eating while they're talking, so they're kind of like rough and tumbles, but they're
Right.
just like, yeah, no, my dad fought in the war, blah, so they're just telling you stuff like, well, my dad's from Cormier. Oh, look at this, and they start showing scars.
My kind of guys. Yep.
Okay. The rest of you, though, like I said, you see Roz going off to the table with this group of individuals. What do you all-
Heathens.
These heathens.
I guess we'll just get some food and find a table, and then. Is there any semblance of tea?
Tea. Yeah, you're funny. There's water. They're giving you warm water. Not warm. There's just room temperature water.
Do they have hot water?
No, they don't. It's just water.
Hmm.
I get a feeling they're not even boiling the water that they're giving us to make sure that there are no germs in it. It just,
Yep.
Luckily, they're wooden cups, so you can't see through them.
that is
Oh,
good.
ew.
He's so disappointed.
Then I guess I'll suck it up with the water then.
Mhm.
But I'll
So-
talk. I'll ask. I mean, I guess just ask how's everyone's jobs going.
Right? If they would have served tea, Vero might be joining the cult. It's like, I got books, I got a place to play.
Mm-hmm.
So the rest of you have grabbed your grub and are sitting down. People are like talking. Again, general din. So just conversations going on all over the place of people talking. Soldiers milling about, checking on people. Again, like moderators walking through the tables. There's a group of guys that Roz is sitting with. They're just kind of like flexing on each other and telling war stories about like their uncles who served or whatever. And they get kind of excited about it. And Roz just is sitting there going, yeah, okay. Roz, are you trying to gain any information specifically out of these dudes?
Not at this time, no.
All right, you
I'm
just get them
getting,
talking, right?
Yeah, and you know, becoming one of the boys.
Okay. So where'd Thorn go? Well, you four, what are you guys doing? You're sitting together, and I think Vero said something along the lines is like, "How's your jobs going?"
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I'm basically stuck in a chapel by myself and occasionally see someone walk through to go to the barracks. So, not the most exciting job on the planet, but compared to some of the other things we've had to do.
Mine's just been kind of gesturing towards the table. It's like cleaning, tracking, identifying. Everyone is rather quiet, keeps to themselves. They're very focused. They're a very focused group.
I've been reading books. Speaking of, apparently we need to teach Astrid how to read.
Huh. Actually, I should.
You can't read?
I mean, a little bit. Like I can write notes.
Musical notes or notes?
Notes. Like, but it's not great, and usually doesn't match anyone else's like words.
It's an effort.
Like he's horrible speller and really bad penmanship. Remember Astrid's like 9 years old,
Mm-hmm.
and he was
It's
an
like-
urchin in Waterdeep. Nobody showed him how to read.
It's the effort that counts.
Like he would spell hello HELO.
Close enough.
Yeah.
It's like, well, we'll work on that.
Great, because I think Biff would like if I can read.
Who's that?
Huh? Oh, she's my friend.
Which is funny, is even if we were aware of the name, the Emerald Bard, nobody calls her Biff.
Right? Nope.
So your friend Biff didn't teach you how to read?
Well, no. She's very busy. She's an adventurer.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
Mhm.
So you'd like to go adventuring with her?
Well, maybe when I get older. Even though, and Biff says she's young. She went to the Goblin Festival with us, or the Troll Festival. Sorry, Troll Festival.
Troll ties,
Troll.
yeah. Troll
Mhm.
ties.
She had the best troll mask. Very like it was like so. It was almost magical.
Hmm.
I think she
Well,
saved my life.
wait, you think she saved your life?
Well, I was unconscious, and when I woke up, the first thing I saw was Biff, and she was like an angel, even though she's green.
Green
Okay.
how?
Green. Well, she was had the mask on.
That's fair.
I gave her a flower, and she became my friend. She cried.
Oh, we'll make sure to get you back to your friend Biff.
Well, not until I'm a real adventurer, so I can protect her
Green.
like she protected me.
The little
Songbird's
word.
just gonna smile at him like, oh.
Astrid's talking to you guys without even looking at you. He's like eating his food while he's talking. So he's not even paying attention to the looks you're giving him. He's just like, yeah, talking very matter of factly, not even paying attention, just like kids tend to do.
Yeah, Songbird's still gonna look at her with an aw face. Or him with an aw face. Oh, so sweet. You got a crush.
You leave Astrid alone.
What? Mm. Okay.
What about the rest of you?
I sat in a room all day by myself, cleaning two. Ellis is gonna look around to make sure there's nobody else listening in. Stupid dragon statues.
Why are they stupid?
Because they're not made of platinum
Oh, okay.
or bronze. That would also be acceptable.
That's fair, I guess. Rude,
Well,
but fair.
Look, Elios is very biased because of how he was raised. He is very biased about dragons.
Mm-hmm.
did you see anything else in there?
There's a desk with a bunch of stuff on top of it, but I've been told that if I touch anything on top of the desk, that I will lose my arms. And I like my arms.
Mm, fair. Can you see what any of it says without touching it?
Havoc is a desk taller than Elios.
It is. Fortunately, it
No,
is.
it's too
Okay.
tall.
All
It's a
right.
great question.
Mhm. Okay. I guess it's just the first bit of the first day. Not much for us to gather. All I know is I've got a sculptor, a jeweler, and a painter that work with me. That was the extent I was able to get.
You all seem to be uh not on good terms and or afraid of whoever I'm supposed to be working with slash for. Is there a reason for that?
We will probably talk about that later.
Okay.
I can explain later. Just be on your guard if she shows up. Um, she is some of interest, so anything that she might say or anything like that, just listen to, and then I can explain probably a little bit later.
Got it. I will take lots of mental notes.
Thank you, Helios.
Thank you. All right. So eventually people will start filing out as they finish eating the meals and going back to their work. Roz, um, roll me a persuasion check.
Persuasion. Oh my word. This could be bad.
All right. So you are, it is an awkward group. All of you seem to just be getting to know each other. But you realize quickly that those three knew each other longer. So they're a little bit on guard with you. Also, you're kind of bigger than most of them. So I think that they see you as a bit intimidating. But they're talking with you and they're trying to include you in their group. So when they get up to leave, they kind of like hit your shoulder and it's like, come on, we got to get back to training.
Yes, very well.
So you guys head back to the courtyard and continue your sword practice. Drake, they teach you how to like hold the drakes and basically like the commands for the drakes, like sit, heal, basically dog commands but for the drakes, but they're spoken in a different language. So you're you're learning the language. Actually, you already speak it. You do speak Draconian, don't you?
I do.
Yeah. So they're teaching you draconian words to control the drakes. So it's basically sit, stay, heal, wait, attack. So they're teaching you those command words for the drakes. Now you speak Draconian. The rest of them don't. So they're learning them like the words phonetically. But
Okay.
now, are you being obvious that you speak Draconian?
No, but if I hear one of them, like, butcher, they can't get the word even through, what was that other word you said? Anyway, even though they can't get the word, phonetically, he'll try to help them pronounce it. He says he'll explain it by saying, if you don't say it properly, they may attack you. So, he'll just try to encourage them and get them to pronounce the words correctly. Now, he's not going to let them know that he can actually speak it, just that he hears it and he sees the reaction of the drakes if it's spoken correctly.
Okay. All right. So you are using that bit of knowledge to kind of gain favor with these three guys that are learning them as well. One of them is beyond help. Like, he's just bad. Nothing, no coaching, no nothing gets him to say it right. He just can't get it out. The other two pick up on it fairly quick. Like, a little bit of nudging. They're like, oh, okay. So, they figure it out. And then you'll spend the rest of the day again going through swordplay. They'll tell you that tomorrow they'll probably assign you to a guard patrol. So you'll be training during the day and then guarding for a few hours at night. You take shifts.
Okay.
Well, we'll see, because you might be on day guards. So, you will learn that for the most part, the bullywugs and the lizard folk guard the outside of the keep. They're like basically, and this is said openly by the soldiers, they're fodder. The lizard men, the only person that pays any attention to the lizard men is Greyborn. He has taken an interest in trying to teach them to be less barbaric, by teaching them how to forge weapons, but they're doing horribly. We haven't seen any progress yet. And it's been months. But for some reason, he seems to like them. The bullywugs think this is a waste of time. The leader of the bullywugs is the only one of like value. Some one of them evidently learned how to cast is a shaman, so he has magical abilities. But as far as the rest of them, you could tell that the cultists don't really like either one. They think that the bullywogs are disgusting creatures and the lizard men are just savage and barbaric. But they serve a purpose. They kind of talk about them like slaves.
Okay.
And you notice that in this area there are neither. They're in the other courtyard, but they're segregated from this area. There's actually like a wall and a gate. And you also notice that the guard drakes, they even get a bit hostile towards the lizard men when they get too close. They become agitated.
Okay.
All right. The rest of you during the course of your jobs will learn similar like little tidbits of information. So in the conversations, Lady M, you've already been told that they don't think that the lizard folk are doing a good job of transporting. They're disgusting creatures, savages. You get a general sense that they don't think much of them. Ginia,
We're the
you
real
will
cold-blooded ones here. Jesus.
Ginia, you'll get a sense that in the evening times, in the afternoons and in the evening times, people start showing up to worship, but it's more of a personal thing. So while you're there, they'll appreciate like if you pray with them, and you're gonna eventually learn. No, his PC is not fixed. You'll learn that uh everybody you'll learn like prayers, like they don't say them out loud, they kind of mumble them to your benefit, because if you had to lead in a prayer you'd be up in Shit's Creek right now.
Mm-hmm.
So but um they take your company, and they'll pray with you, they'll hold hands, and you could see that when they're praying to this statue, the zealotry comes out. But one of the things you'll realize from the few people that are here is that uh these are like these are people that have probably been alone. Like you hear one story of the husband, his um nobody cared about him. He was living off the streets, his family was killed, and Our Lady took him in. There's a lot of like those horror stories. Basically, when people join a cult, there's something not right in their life. And in the few people you meet, those are the kind of stories you hear.
All right.
Okay? But those are the ones wearing the simplest of ponchos. The Dragon Claws, they eventually will show back up in the afternoon towards the evening because their patrols are done. And they kind of come in a group and they look over and they go. And the one you met earlier, Argyle, he'll say, "That's the replacement. She's the new chapel keeper." And they're like, "Oh, is she a Dragonclaw yet?" "No, not yet." And they'll kind of talk about you like you're not even there, and then they'll all come over and basically, "Oh, it's a pleasure. Hopefully, you do better than the last one." And then they'll chuckle. And
Yes, I heard about that.
when you say, "Yes, I heard about that," they'll look a little bit surprised and they'll look at each other. And Argyle's like, "I told her there was an accident." "Oh, yeah, an accident. Yeah. All right, well, we better get some sleep. Have a good night. Try not to make too much noise. We'll leave our boots for you to clean by the door." And they'll go like start changing.
All right, I'm gonna wait till they're turned away and like going into their rooms and just like roll my eyes and kind of, leave our boots by the door.
Well, yeah.
And then I'm gonna go clean their boots because I'm wanting to potentially get information from them later down the road, and they're not going to accidentally slip and say things in front of me if they don't trust me. However, I get the sneaking suspicion there was more than just an accident with a drake that happened with the last chapel keeper.
And it's a possibility. So they're in the room doing like talking like soldiers would. Um and again, it is not just guys, it's two guys, two girls. So there's three of them in there. I mean four of them in there. And they're talking to each other. And you do hear like kind of under the breath like, I thought you told her what really happened. He's like, no, why would we do that? It's like we don't want to scare her right away. And they kind of like giggle. You get a sense that they're not like out of all the people you've met here, these are the ones you're like, oh yeah, now I remember why we hate the cultists. They have that kind of demeanor, like bullies.
Yeah.
Okay. Um, and yeah, you grab their boots and scrub them. There's like a little brush that you can just get all the dried mud off of them. Do you want to do anything else? Eventually, they fall out. They're asleep.
Yeah, no, I'm just gonna finish up my work here and I don't know, head back to where we were sleeping.
Okay. Yeah. Well, this is like afternoon. So remember, they finished their shift and showed up in the afternoon. You still have dinner that you guys can do.
Oh, okay.
So that's kind of you don't really have a shift, Jenia. They just told you this is your domain. Do what you will with it. You know, keep it clean. That's what they gave you. But you also realize you're kind of there for these knuckleheads. You're their servant.
Mm-hmm.
So, and there is another one that will show up and relieve you. You have been told that, but she hasn't shown up yet, or he hasn't shown up yet.
We're assuming he hasn't had an unfortunate incident with drakes.
Right. We're assuming that he's still alive. Yes.
All
So,
right. Well, I'm just going to kind of continue on with what I was doing after I get their boots extra super shiny.
okay. So you work on that. Vero, are you doing anything more than reading books?
Just trying to keep an eye out if there's anything that's cult related, but I'm assuming it's a hodgepodge of different religious and other library and things that they
So,
ransacked, but
from just looking through the stuff that they have you looking through, what floor are you on? Oh, no, that's 3. You should be over here. Yes, there you go. I lost track of you for a second. Okay. So, not there, over here. So, just from like some of the things you have seen, books covering history of the Sword Coast, natural philosophy, mathematics, astronomy, magic, theoretical works of alternate realities, time and dimensional travel, cookbooks, nothing specifically about lore. It is just a random assortment of books, quality books, but they're not just picking up like little newsletters. They grabbed expensive books, but just various like you said, a hodgepodge of topics, and there's hundreds of them.
well, cool.
You'll notice
A lot
every
of
now
books.
and then. Did I give you the name of the lady in here?
Old bag.
Okay, I didn't give you the name of the lady in here. So every now and then, the old bag will she'll find a book and she will go through it page by page and set it aside.
Hmm.
you like from traveling back and forth, you know that there's another room further, in. It's basically like a sitting reading room, a private reading room, and she'll walk like a book in there and set it on a desk and walk out, leaving it in that room.
Okay. Am I able to make out like what the books are?
The one that she set aside, um, this particular one was one of the ones about astral projections.
Okay. Interesting. Noted.
Perfect. All right, back to Elios alone. Anything, sir?
Um, as I guess as I'm going around cleaning, if I see anything that's like a little broken, I'll just use mending to fix it.
So everything in this place is meticulous. Like the desk is polished wood. The little meeting area, there's four chairs arranged around a table, like a coffee table, facing each other. That meeting area, all the furniture is polished and carved. Everything in here is well kept. Your job is to just maintain it that way. And evidently, there was somebody that was doing it before you.
Okay.
So, as far as mending stuff together, you don't have to do that.
Then I guess I'll clean everything my 3 feet in height can reach.
Okay. All right. So you'll go about spending the afternoon in there. So, um, we're gonna go with you because in the evening, you guys will all hear the drums again, signaling supper. Elios, before you turn to like drop your rag and leave or whatever you're going to do, you turn towards the stairs and you see a black dragonborn, not a dragonborn, half dragon. You see a black half dragon and a blue half dragon. And as you turn to look at them, she's like sneers down and she's like, "What are you doing here?"
Elias is going to respond in Draconic. I was told to clean, and that you were not here yet.
She turns and looks at the blue one. She says, "Is this the replacement? Is this the best that we had?" And he just kind of like, "I don't know. I was with you. Like I just arrived." He's like, "Bring me Stannis. You leave."
Elias nods, says nothing, and leaves. He's going to take his rag with him.
Takes them. So as you leave, the blue one will like put a hand on your shoulder. Like, well, actually, he'll put a hand on your head because you're too short, and he's 7 foot tall. So he's gonna put a hand on your head, like reach down and put a hand on your head, and like say, "Find Stannis," and said Ramirez wants to speak with him. And he'll tell you in Draconic, and then he'll like push you towards the stairs.
Resmir.
Razmir. Yes, my pronunciation names changes depending on who I'm talking to. It was Draconic.
Got it. Tell Stannis Rasputin wants him. Got it.
Close enough. Resmir.
Yes.
God, I don't know why I keep wanting to say it the other way. Where is that from? It'll come to me. All right, so they send you out of the room.
I guess I leave.
And like as you're leaving, you hear like the Gaul. And you hear the male voice go, "At least he spoke Draconic." There is that. And then you head down the stairs. So you all saw these two walk up the stairs, Vera. Like they passed through the room. They just walked up. They weren't talking. They just walked past. So you saw the black half dragon and the blue half dragon pass you. going upstairs? Vera? Vera, you all right?
Sorry, I'm not used to the time change at all, so I zone out really bad right now.
So I was just pointing out that these two passed you going up the stairs. They also passed you, Jania. But they walked by, like, focused on their own conversation as they
Oh,
walked
good.
up the stairs. So, Jania, I don't know if you speak Draconic,
No.
and I'm pretty sure Vero doesn't.
I probably don't notice. I'm probably well too into what I'm.
Yeah, but do you
Well
speak?
too. Oh, do I speak any? I don't even. No, I do not. But I mean, even if I did, I probably would have no idea. I'm too.
Okay. So the only one that had any interaction with them and really noticed them was Elios, which works out fine. So Elios, you head down the stairs, you run into Vero. About, like I said, at this time the bells are going off for lunch or dinner. Sorry, dinner.
Bells?
The drums. Listen, I'm not used to the time change either. He can use it, I can use it.
Mm-hmm.
Elios,
Yes.
we're on you.
I said I was going to the dining hall.
Oh, okay. So you're not gonna. So you head straight to the dining hall. Vero, Ginia, you two are heading there as well.
Yes.
All right, Ginia, as you are walking out with the rest of them, or if I don't know if you guys meet up or wait for each other, but as you guys are heading out, Ginia, for you, as you head out, you see Pug coming in.
Hey, Pug, what you doing?
Oh, I'm working here on opposite of you.
Well, that's great. Now I know who to
Yeah.
look for.
Oh yeah, I'm sorry. I'm not late, am I?
Oh, no. I'm just
Yeah.
glad that it's somebody that I know.
Oh yeah, well yeah, I'm glad too. Shame our times won't overlap that much, but yeah, I guess there was an accident with their last um uh squire.
Yeah, I sort of got a feeling that maybe there was more to it than I was told. What do you know?
Well, I guess they got too close to one of the guard drakes and um it ate them.
Interesting. So did they just happen to wander too close, or were they maybe nudged too close to the guard drakes?
Well, I guess it was listed as a training exercise accident.
Interesting.
Yeah, I mean she was nice, but I um I don't you know it was kind of hard on everyone, but you know I'm sure Our Lady will take care of her.
I'm sure she will. You know, our time could overlap a little bit if you wanted to come in early and we could pray together.
Oh, I'd like that.
All right, we'll make a plan to do that tomorrow.
Okay. Well, do they need anything? Have they made any requests?
No, I got their boots cleaned up. If you could find somebody who's able to repair some of the furnitures and like knick-knack type stuff, or find some tools for us, we could really make this chapel something special for Our Lady.
Well, I can't pull anybody off the task that they're assigned, but I'm sure I can find us some tools.
That would
Like
be
a hammer, some
yeah,
nails, maybe. Oh, yeah, I can find some.
great. Thank you.
Okay.
Do you need anything before I leave for dinner?
No, I grabbed something on the way over.
All right.
Just, you could see like some of it's still on his face.
Yeah. I'm going to reach out and kind of pat him on the shoulder and tell him that I will see him later.
Okay. Bye, Nunya.
Bye.
He'll go kind of like look over it, and you'll see him like he'll sit down and kneel in front of the statue,
Mhm.
and just close his eyes and like stare at the statue for not close his eyes and stare, but close his eyes facing the statue, and then you will all head into the hall. Roz.
Yes.
Okay, so with the dinner bell, most of the gear and stuff is put away. They will let you know that um, good work for today. Get some rest. We'll see you all tomorrow. The other three will like start heading towards the dinner hall, and like they start walking away. And you know how you tend to lag behind.
Hmm.
They'll actually stop and look at like you coming.
Yes, yes. Roz was just making sure everything was put away. Don't want to get yelled at, you know.
Oh, no. It'll keep for tomorrow. Besides, we can send one of the lizard folk in here to clean up.
Oh, yes, yes. This.
Maybe we'll get to see one of the drakes eat one.
Ooh, that would be interesting. Yes. I don't know about you, but Roz is starving.
Yeah, I know. We put in quite a workout today. Hopefully tomorrow is easier and we can do some patrols.
That would be good. Yes. So let us go.
Mm. So again, you all will see Roz walk in with his three friends and they'll head over to a table. They do the same thing. They take off their cloaks, throw them over their shoulders, and sit down. You realize that they're taking off the cloak so they don't get food on it. And they will sit down at a table and start chit-chatting about swordplay and um you know Stannis's like excellent direction, and they'll start talking about some of like the people in the place. You know they hear that um Razmir is back, um and they'll talk about the Red Wizard. They'll also talk about Greyborn, but in like I hope I don't, I hope one day I can be elevated to that level.
Yes, yes, me too. Uh, it would be an honor to be chosen for that. Yes.
Oh, for sure. I mean, Resmir, she's a worm speaker. Can't get any higher than that. Well, you could, but you'd have, there's like six of them.
Is you say Rasmir's here?
Yeah, I heard earlier, right before lunch, that she was showing up.
Oh,
She had arrived
well,
because
it is.
she has business with that Jaws person.
Oh, yes, Ras knows who you're talking. Oh, we must be on our best behavior and look our best. Yes.
Well, I mean, yeah. Why do you think we don't dirty our uniforms?
Oh, yes. This is very good practice. Thank you for showing me this.
Hey, anything for our buddy. And like one of them kind of elbow you in your arm.
Ah, thank you. It is good to be part of a like a clan, a family. Yes.
Yeah, yeah. That's what the cult is. Family. They gave us purpose in life.
Yes. It is good to have purpose. Roz is saying this in between just shoveling food down.
Yeah, they're having the same type of conversation. Nom, nom, nom. But you guys will continue on in that way. What are you four doing?
Oh, I guess
Elias to go look for Stannis.
Oh yeah, he comes in with all of you and just walks away. So Stannis eventually will arrive. He came in from the courtyard, um, not immediately behind Roz, but he will eventually come in behind Roz, and he will like do his again, walking about, looking down at people, making sure everything's all right. And he sees you heading towards him. He just kind of gives you a like, what is it?
Uh, uh, r- uh, hold on, it'll come to me. Resmir, Rasputin. They came and talked to me and sent me to tell you that you need to go talk to them on the third floor where I was.
Oh, yeah. Well,
And apparently the other one does not approve of either me doing that job or my existence. I'm not yet sure.
it was the opposite.
Oh, it's the
So-
other way around? Okay.
So Resmir is the female voice. The male voice was the blue one.
Oh, okay.
So it was the opposite. So that was probably my fault not being clear, but that's why I'm clarifying.
Or Elios is colorblind.
Are you colorblind?
I mean, he could be.
But are you?
You know what? Yes.
Okay, then the one with the horn on his nose.
That's a much better signifier. The one with the horn said that you need to go talk to them.
Okay. No, the one with the horn on his nose is the blue one. Fool. Jesus Christ.
Well, you didn't elaborate on
You
that.
didn't let me finish. You just said that was a better signifier. Anyway, the blue one. Stop being colorblind. I've cured you. So, he'll say, yes, I was hoping to see her before she saw you. I wish I knew her comings and goings a little bit better, but she disappears a months at a time, and he like storms off. And as he storms off, he'll talk to one of the things, like, keep an eye on everything, and he heads out. He does not look pleased. This is probably the first time you've seen Stannis look angry.
Can I call after him as he's leaving?
You could. How? Hey! Like, what
no,
are you calling?
I'm just gonna give him the additional info that the one that was happy, or at least pleased that I could speak Draconic.
He'll
I
like
will
stop and
inform
look at you. Maybe I can use that. Thank you. And he'll like head upstairs. All right. You guys all see this interaction. And then Elios will return to the table.
Elios, what's going on?
I was told by some dragony people that are taller than me that Stannis needed to talk to them.
Dragony people like Resmir?
There was a blue one and there was a black one.
Crap.
One of them had a horn on his nose, and the other one had also a physical description.
Female. Not a character. Female.
The female lady isn't a black
A
dragon.
physical description.
Yeah, you didn't
my
give one,
God.
so
Hold
here
on.
is insert physical description.
Because I forget that you weren't there when I showed her what she looks like, so I'm going to show her to you. My bad.
I don't know what either of these people look like.
Yes, I will. I will show you. I'm sorry. I forget you haven't seen them before.
It's great. I love not knowing people and having to give a description of people I've never met or seen.
Yes, I will give you an image. I apologize. Okay. So this is one. There you go.
Oh.
Oh.
That's
This is-
weird. That's the default picture for Dragonborn on D&D Beyond.
You want
I
to
know,
share
which
that
I
with
hate.
everybody?
Well, you all seen her before.
Yeah, but we
People
don't
in the
remember.
stream
you know
may
how
not
long
have
it's
seen
been?
them.
Oh, that's true. All right, hold on. I'll share it for everybody.
They don't matter, is what he's saying.
No, I no. Okay, that's what. Yeah, that's what she looks like.
I don't remember that one.
Yeah, you didn't show us that one.
Mm-mm.
Absolutely, that was the one that was doing
You
the interrogation.
No,
I've
you
never
just
seen that woman.
described her to us because
Okay, well, I described her. That's what she looks like now. Okay,
I was thinking of the woman, the more
only you
elvish human
devouring.
woman that we saw at Greenest this whole time. I was not aware it was a dragon woman.
No, the other woman was
The other one that
Marta.
you could describe is this one.
Monza.
I clicked on the wrong thing. Excuse me. This page. This page. Okay. Why is there a draw? Okay, I'm gonna share it. I have no idea who did this. It's pink though. I'm gonna guess Fury when she was here.
I was about to say, definitely wasn't me because I've never.
Yes,
seen
that is
Yes,
100%
that
Fury,
was
yes.
Fury.
Okay. Okay. I'm like, what the fuck?
She was halfway through
That was
planning their
Fury.
wedding.
Yep.
Oh my god. How do I
This
get
is
rid of
after
it?
this is after he killed me.
Oh, okay, that's how I get rid of it.
And partly because
It's unbelievable. It's Bay. You know what? I'm leaving it. It infuriates me, but I'm going to leave it in remembrance. Anyway, that's the other one that you saw. Yes, I know who you're talking about. That's Mondrath?
Monduff.
Mondoth. That's how you pronounce it.
I recognize the blue
Also,
one for
don't know
sure.
who it is.
I feel
What?
like I've been in close proximity with the blue one before.
You have.
Yeah.
You were very Mondath. You were in very close proximity.
Okay, so we're still at the dining table. Yes.
Yes, you're at the dining table.
Okay. I was like, so wait a minute. You said the
Wait,
blue
hold on.
one
I want to
and
answer this. I want to answer this question for the chat because they
What?
are very different. Okay, so when they made this campaign, they hadn't released the player's handbook yet. Dragonborn weren't in it. These are half dragons. They're basically a combination of dragon and humanoid. Dragonborn are completely different species, so they are not similar. I mean, they are similar, but they're not the same. They are considered totally different creatures. In Faerun, Dragonborn and half dragons are very rare until the Sundering. Then Dragonborn became more popular or more populated. But they have their own area. So usually when you see a Dragonborn, it's very different. The biggest difference to tell them apart is Dragonborn don't have tails, half dragons do. Okay, that was my bit. Go on.
okay. Well, if we're back to the table and Elios is describing the two dragons that came in, it's like, wait, you said the blue one and Resmir?
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Songbird's gonna look over at Junior and be like, Ian's here too.
It could be another one.
Well, it would probably be wise for us to lay as low as possible, and be as inconspicuous as we possibly can.
I
Yep.
don't think you can do that. You were all quite tall. At least compared to me.
I mean, we can
Oh.
blend.
Attempt to, at least, but Songbirds kind of look over to the table where Roz is at and kind of look back at Junior like, we know how Cyan was with Roz, and Songbird's gonna look over at Vero and smile. And you. But we'll
Am I supposed to
discuss
know
that.
what we're talking about?
Who are they talking about? Astrid's confused. He's just looking back and forth
Well,
as you all are talking.
I'm gonna look down
we'll
at
talk
Astrid
about
and
it
be like, I'm
later.
not 100% sure.
We'll talk
Okay.
about it later. Oy. Just eat your food.
We keep talking
Astrid,
about
eat
things
your
later,
food.
and there's never when's later. And look at you.
When
Girl,
we're
when's
by
l-
ourselves.
Oh. Okay.
No, eat your food.
I'm eating. He hasn't stopped. That dude he eats every time Vero's eating. He's developing Vero's habits.
Okay, well, don't talk with
They're
your
the
mouth full.
best habits.
Not really. All right. So eventually, unless you guys want to share any more bits of information or you're waiting to go to your rooms, eventually people will start exiting. But now they're heading north, like towards your room. because people are going back to their bunks.
Mm.
So you'll see a lot of people heading in that direction. The normal will actually come by you, lady Songbird, and like kind of pat you on the shoulders. See you in the morning, and she'll like walk by.
Good evening.
Your guys will go to leave, and so how long before you're like bunked with us?
You talking to Roz?
Yeah, talking to Ross.
Oh, okay. Roz has no idea. I believe it is a ranking thing. Yes, Roz must earn his place.
Yeah, I guess you're still considered green, but you're coming along great. I mean, you probably fight better than him. You shut up. And they kind of laugh and
Now, guys, we're all in this together. Remember, family.
Yeah, families fight.
Yes,
Little
but
do they
not
know
with
that I
each
could
other.
probably fight better than all of them.
Right. That's the thing. You know, like, so they're like, well, maybe we can get you like bunked in with us. We might, as if we get a good squad, we might be able to get our own room.
Oh, that would be good. Yes.
Like the ones in the rectory.
Oh,
You think
what
so?
is
I don't
that?
think we're.
Sounds very fancy.
Well, it's behind the old chapel.
Oh,
They're
Ross knows nothing
there's-
of these things.
Oh, they're an elite group of Dragonborn.
Ooh,
They're on the verge of becoming Dragon Wings.
that is this is a good thing to aspire to. Yes.
Well, of
Be
course.
dragon. Oh, yes. Okay. Well, then we must work even harder tomorrow. Yes.
Harder? Yeah, harder. Okay. All right.
Right.
All right, Roz. We'll
See you in the morning.
And they'll kind of like wave and head out. You'll see her like hut hut hut, and they'll go running off. One of the things you will learn in that conversation where they were
5
talking
more
about
minutes,
private.
but go into your cubby.
Yes,
What?
ma'am.
Sorry.
Oh, I thought you was like, no, I don't want to.
I thought I turned it off, but I hit it
Do
twice.
you keep your child in a cubby?
Get
That's
in the
what
cabinet.
we call it.
Get back
It's a
in your
bunk.
cubby!
It's a bunk.
I lost my train of thought now. Oh, one of the things, Roz, you will learn is, this place has several rooms that are not used, and they're being cleaned and expanded, but they seem to have worked their way from the bottom floor upward, and several of the floors on the third floor are just closed off because they're dangerous.
Okay.
Like they haven't been cleared from former occupants. Okay, so you learn that little tidbit, and then they'll run off. And I've been reminded, and I don't know how long ago that reminder was, but I know Lady M has to put her daughter to sleep, so we're probably going to take a break now. I know it's a little bit late, guys. I didn't see it, Roz. I just saw it now. Sorry.
Oh, you're fine.
So let's take a quick 15-minute break. Everybody go do all the things you have to do, and we'll be back soon. Chat, don't leave.
This campaign never ends as we just become cult members.
If that happens, we're ending with you becoming cult members.
I mean,
I
if
think Elios would die if that were to happen.
Oh my god. Yeah, it probably would.
He would hate himself and everything forever.
Are we clear, Jania? Because I can't see your stream. I can just see your chat.
I'm getting ready to hold on.
you're ready.
I just needed time to put the halfling to bed and get out of my damn work clothes. Oh my god.
Okay. Anyway, let us know when we're back.
We've been back. We're
We're
good.
back.
Oh, hi. I can't tell, and I have your chat up, not your stream. And the stream is
What?
too much.
You afraid the stream is going to give away some game secrets you're not aware of?
No, so
Computer
to
won't
keep
handle
the
it.
cameras up for Video Ninja to see you guys is takes up enough resources that if I also try to open up your stream at the same time, it'll crash or it'll start causing problems.
I'm having
Well,
the
why
same
don't you get a
laggy
new
issue
computer?
going on.
What happened?
Why don't you just get a new computer?
I did. It's some of it's over there, some of it's over there, some of it's over there. I got to put it into one thing.
Oh my god.
Anyway, and it's yeah. I've already had this conversation. So you know when you get something new and you like, all right, I want to put it together, but I need to make sure I put it together perfectly. And you just feel like you're just gonna fuck it up. Well, that's why I haven't put my computer together yet. For some reason, I'm just like, I need to make sure.
If I
everything
never
in my
touch
head-
it, I can't fuck it up.
yeah, right. It's like it's so perfect right now, and I don't want to fuck it up yet. So it's
Yeah.
sitting
All
in
the
the box.
boxes. Yeah.
Yeah, but there's also I have to go. So we calculated everything, and the power supply I have definitely will run it, but I don't like being that close to the limit, so I want to swap the power supply, and I want to change. I want to get more RAM. I only got 64, and I want to just do 128. So I'm probably gonna go get 2 more sticks.
Just download it from the internet. You'll be good to go.
Download the RAM. Oh, and I
Yeah.
need more fans. I need more RGB fans.
There's a website for that. It's called OnlyFans.
No.
You'll find all the fans you need there.
For real? I gotta go check it out. Send me a link.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Anyway, enough of that. Back to the game. So you all have got your stuff together. You've eaten your meal. People have said goodbye, and all of you will eventually end up back in your room. So take it away. I think all of you are gonna end up in your room. I have no idea anymore.
Well, Songbird already promised Elios a little bit of detail of who he's dealing with up there. So I set him down and kind of tell him in my own bardic way a little story of tragedy and unfortunateness in a battle that brought us all together in dealing with Resmir and the blue one called Cyanrath. Now, there is, she'll explain that these are people in question that are doing bad things that could pretty much devastate our world. And we need to know why they're using this, where this treasure is going, or what they're using it for. I mean, we got the generalization. It's, what is it called?
Mm.
So no, it's your
An
story.
offering.
No.
Huh?
I don't know.
What did you say? Local?
I said it's your story. We don't know.
No. Well, I'm just going the generalization of it is like the stuff that they looted is an offering, but we don't know exactly what it's going to do or where it is exactly, which is kind of what our goal was, is find out exactly where it's going to go and what for what purpose.
Is Thorn even here?
I am.
Okay.
Mhm.
Can't see you, so I wasn't sure.
But
Yes,
basically,
Elios is listening intently.
Oh,
yes,
okay.
Resmir
So is Vero.
Resmir and Cyanrath are two very dangerous creatures. There's also another one called I can't pronounce her first name, but Mondath. Human. She was human, right?
Can't I can't pronounce her first name. Proceeds to correctly pronounce the first name.
No, that's her last
No,
name.
the last name.
Okay.
Mondath is her last name, but we just called her
Yeah.
Mondath because her first name was like weird.
Mhm.
It's like Fulcrum or something.
It starts with an F. It's really weird. But anyway, but she was human, right?
As far she looked
Humanoid.
humanoid. Yeah,
Humanoid.
you
Okay.
didn't get a close up look at her. Her first name was Frulam.
See, the name is like, this is why I call her Mondath. Frulam? Okay.
Frulam? Frulam. Yeah.
I'm trusting the DM that has issues with pronunciations. Okay.
I said Fulcrum, so don't go by me.
So Mondath is another one. The leader of the guard over in the area we just ran from, Bogluk, was also one of the ones to be watching out for. It's part of this whole group, one of the higher ups. So we've already met that one. We've got Resmir, now we've got Cyanrath, and Monda. So dealing with them, we've had run-ins with with mainly with Cyanrath. Mondoff, not so much. Resmir, Dinya and I had the pleasure to unfortunately meet. And very briefly, thankfully.
Did you say Jinya in you?
Yeah, she was with me.
Okay. No, she wasn't. Roz was
Yeah,
with
she
you.
was. No, that was with Cyanrath. I'm talking about when we were
When you were at Resimir. Okay.
mhm,
Gotcha.
at the camp beating what's his name? Leoness? Not Leoness. God damn it. Leosin.
You
Remember
forgot his name
Leosin was her
already?
favorite beating post?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And I made Songbird made the flub of asking what a worm speaker was.
Yes,
I
you did.
assume I should not say that word to them.
It's a title.
Yeah, that would be something to wait until you can figure out how to use it, and don't ask what it is.
Got
You
it.
guys have heard it several times already.
Mhm.
It's her title. So the same way you are acolytes, there are dragon claws. She is a worm speaker. You've already been told that's like the highest rank.
Yeah, but has anyone addressed her as worm speaker?
Yes. In fact, tonight.
No, like to her face.
um, not that you have noticed. You haven't seen anyone talk to her to her face.
Okay. That's what
also
I mean.
haven't-
It's like don't use it until you know how to use it.
Understood.
Mm-hmm. And for Cyrath, well, someone's going to look over at Vero. Vero punched him in the face and doesn't remember anything after that. And then both Roz and I were actually captured by him for a short period of time. Actually, wasn't that in the cave where Monduff was and she had all that paperwork?
Yeah. So
Uh-huh.
Astrid is gonna raise his hand. And he says, "So now what then?"
What do you mean now what?
I don't know. Like, do we have a? Is there a plan? Or are we just gonna be cult members forever? Because I don't like cleaning.
Well, then the plan is just to get the information and then provide it back to, I guess, our employers. No, I don't know what to call them actually. Seriously, no, out of character. I don't know what to call them.
I don't care
Employers
what
or
you call
whatever. Okay.
them.
Report back to our people so that they can make a decision on what they can do afterwards. So as soon as we get enough information, we can leave.
Oh. Oh, okay.
So, and cleaning is a good discipline.
I rather fight.
Yeah, cleaning builds
Like,
character.
I could have stayed in Waterdeep and became maid if I wanted to learn how to clean.
Yeah, but then you wouldn't have had all the fun you've had for the rest of the trip.
Mm-hmm.
And
Can
I'm
you
gonna wink
imagine the
at him.
stories you're going to tell?
I don't know. Like I've had some interesting adventures in Waterdeep at night, and I'm only 9. He holds up 10 fingers.
So add counting
Hmm.
to the reading.
I was about to say the same thing.
Need some reading, writing, and arithmetic.
Oh boy. But yeah, that is the story told to Elios. Since he asked, why we had such reactions to knowing that Resmir and Sirenrath was here.
All right, so you give Elios a detailed account of why you know the two of them and all that good stuff. Is that it? You're all just gonna sit there and quiet now, dumbfounded quiet.
Roz is kind of on his bunk, rubbing his hand. Using a sword at a time is very rough on the hands.
Ginny's gonna come over and cast Cure Wound. It's on Roz's hands.
Oh, now that is better.
Good
Thank you.
deal.
Can you put callus on hands so tomorrow it's not hurting again?
I can
No,
show
Does
you
that
how to
just
put
have to come with
calluses on your
sword?
hand.
What is that?
I'm sure I have some stuff that you could do that'll put some calluses on your hand. Because
Well,
I
the
just
sword is doing
punch
it
the wall
right.
a couple times. Like,
I do not need on the back of the hand. It's in here where. Oof. It feels better though. Thank you very much.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think they'll allow you to put like a wrap on your hand or something?
Darraz does not want to show any weakness. So he will just have to let the calluses develop on their own naturally. Couple more days, he'll be fine. We might be on patrol tomorrow. It just depends. Yes.
So how's training going?
Oh, well, the 3 that I've been sitting with, eating with, training with, they're not very good. There's one that's worse than all the others, and then the one, what his name is, Stannis.
Mhm.
He is no warrior. He is no fighter. But he is what they have to train us. So it is what it is. He wants to be a fighter. It is unlikely that he has even seen any kind of hand-to-hand combat. But, well, we will see. And perhaps when Roz is given a shift on the guarding and the patrolling, Roz can find more out at that time. As of yet, Roz is trying to stay below the site,
Mhm.
So, Roz, I'm gonna Stannis is the only one that does look like he can fight.
Oh, I thought you said he.
His second, the guy who's training under
What's his
him.
name?
I never gave you his name, but that guy.
Okay, that's a cool name.
He's
I like
the
that.
one.
That guy. Let me put this in my
You
notes.
know,
That guy
Nanya and
Nanya.
that guy are a match made in heaven.
is
I'm
yes.
feeling it.
I'm gonna get them together.
Yikes.
Oh my god.
Nanya has better taste
You
than
never
that.
asked his name, so
Well, I
Call
just
him-
did. Then you've rolled it one.
no, like while dealing with him, you guys never talked to him. We'll just call him LT.
Elvis got it.
No, LT.
I like Elvis better.
It's not Elvis.
It's Elvis. It's
It's
canon.
not. No.
I feel like it needs to be, though.
Fine, we'll call him Elvis. Jeez.
I mean, like,
Hey,
we
this is
ever
our
call
campaign, not
anybody
yours.
what they're actually named. So it's 6 of one and
Yep.
half a dozen of another.
Fine, he's Elvis. It's just
Okay,
that's,
so we
that's a name we could use somewhere else that would be so much better.
Nah.
But it wouldn't
Anyway,
be nearly
yes.
as fun because it wouldn't irritate you at that point.
I guess. Yeah.
Woo!
Fine, it's
Another check
Elvis.
mark. Another check mark. Yes.
LT is what Vero drinks in Spain. Valerie.
All right. So, I'm sorry. Go ahead. Continue.
Oh, he's
I
just
just wanted to
play it.
make sure because I was like, Stannis does look like he's
Okay.
the only one that looks like a soldier.
Okay, got it. My bad. So Elvis is the second in charge. He tells us what to do, but in Ross's mind, he doesn't even know how to do it himself. But it's okay. Now Stannis, he can fight. He is quite the warrior.
You know, that's
There
kind of
it's on.
comforting to know because then that means if a fight does break out, it's not going to go well for them.
Well, you must include. They have these bully froggies, whatever they are, the drakes. Now they can fight. Of course,
Oh,
that's
the
another
drakes.
thing. Roz was introduced to all the drakes today. He was given command words to command the drakes. So maybe when the time comes, Roz will use these in our favor. It is coming along for Roz.
That's good news because I feel like I haven't learned a darn thing except that the guards may have actually accidentally on purpose, excuse me, Astrid, killed the last person who was in charge of the chapel. So that's reassuring.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I wonder what the reason behind that was.
I don't know. Pug didn't know either. That or he
So
wouldn't tell me, but I feel like, you know, if Pug actually knew, he would tell us.
What else did you do at the chapel, you say?
Yeah, I dug through the storeroom. I prayed with some people, you know, just trying to get in everyone's good graces.
Okay. Oh, does anyone know what a rectory is?
That's the room right behind the chapel.
Oh. Well, one of the fellows that is, no, it was not Elvis.
Sometimes you have to take medication. Rectory. No, I'm sorry.
I knew it was
And
coming. I was just waiting.
I'm surprised it went that long.
Yeah, it took a long time.
I've been an
Every
internal
time
battle
I
is
said it,
You had to
I
an
push to
cringed.
get
internal
that one out.
battle has been going on so
Yeah.
long.
Yeah, you had to push to get that one out. That was.
Oh my god.
Anyway, there's one that is saying that if we progress in rank high enough, we could be sleeping in this room called the rectory. So there's that to look forward to.
So that's like a space of honor?
Supposedly, yes. For a what is their names? Dragon Claw. Yes, Dragon Claw. see that hand. I see you waving at me. But I will not let it influence me.
All right. Trying to help.
Considering the fact he actually has claws.
Yes. So that is about all Ross has.
For me, it's very quiet. They're so quiet. And I don't think I've gotten to any instruments yet. I need to figure out how
So hold on.
to get some information.
So for the 4 of you, I want you all to roll me investigation checks because you have been around people that may have like said something.
Mhm.
So
4. Who's the 4?
not you,
Okay.
because with you,
Okay.
like you've been role playing with your guys, so they have been giving you information.
Okay.
Oh,
And I think the other 4 have maybe
Oh.
we've had some missed opportunities that on my part, so I want to give them a chance to like learn some more stuff.
what do we roll?
Investigations. Ugh. Oh my god.
I'm not very good at those.
No, your rolls are not great either. I got a 3, a 9, and a 6.
Hell yeah. Who rolled the highest?
Songbird with like her 9 becomes an 11, Ginny's becomes a 5, and yours becomes a 7.
Hell yeah.
So, Songbird,
I guess because I'm in the grand room, I hear something.
yeah, you like people kind of come in here
You're
and
just
get because
nosy.
so like even though that there is so one of the things you learn from being here is even though there is set times for people to come in and eat, certain groups come in here independently. So food is served pretty much throughout the day by the dwarves and his assistants. They are
Mhm.
cooking constantly, feeding people throughout the day. Okay, so some of the soldier groups, like the Dragon Claws, come in here as a group, depending on patrol times. So not everybody stops what they're doing to come in here and eat at the same time. But what you have seen is most of the people in here are just kind of laborers or craftsmen, like simple people. Yes, there are soldiers here,
Mhm.
but according to Roz, they're not even that great. But there are like, most people are just normal people. That's one of the things you pick up on.
Okay.
Jenny, I already told you your people like you kind of got some like the same vibe from people like that are coming in. They're just looking for a place in life
Mm-hmm.
from the people you talk to. So I already mentioned that to you. Vero, you're just lost in your books.
Lost in the sauce. Got
Yeah,
it.
you're just like, oh, reading. Like he's actually sitting and reading the entire book. So, and then Elios didn't roll, so he also was alone for most of his existence. So,
Hmm.
Wow. Not just most of his day, his existence.
That was kind of harsh.
I mean, considering my existence has been a couple of months, it's not entirely wrong.
yeah.
I've been
All right. So, with that being said, I don't know how much you guys want to plan or come up with something, but you have a few minutes and then we'll just go to the next day. So, as the first day is, pretty much a little bit more detail because everything after that becomes routine. So, you guys basically tell me what you're going to do, how long you're going to do it for. You're going to tell me. At this point, you've been given your routine. You know what's going to happen unless something special happens. So, talk to me. What do you want to go first? You want to roll initiatives? And we'll go in order. Roll initiatives. Fuck it. All right. Let's look at this. Oh, I could just look at the combat tracker instead of trying to figure out the dice rolls. All right. So first things first. Question first: are you guys discussing anything for the evening, or are you just going on to the next day?
Well, I
maybe
feel like we would have a discussion about what we're going to be doing and what the plan is moving forward. Since
Mhm.
there's a chance that we're going to get separated, which is not ideal, but looks like it could happen.
So I'm fine with you guys having a conversation. You're going to control how we move along. So you guys have this evening. There's nothing really going on other than you all sitting in your bunks, Roz complaining about calluses, and sharing little bits of information. So I think Ginny would actually say, all right, so what's the plan, folks?
well, the only part I can think of right now is trying to gather stuff, but there's people that come in and out, but they just really don't seem to say much. The people I work with really don't say much. I'm trying to figure out how I can maybe open them up because they seem to be here for a while and maybe they'll have some information, but right now they're just very focused.
Yes, and Raz thinks maybe since this is really our first day in our positions, that we do not push too hard.
Mhm.
We do not want to bring attention to ourselves, maybe to blend in for a day or two more, and then maybe the information will come to us when we have become accepted, possibly.
That was kind of my thought. I figured I would work on the chapel, get it um looking fabulous, listen to people as they come in to pray because everybody seems to want to talk. Everybody has a story and it feels like everybody wants to tell their story to someone who is willing to listen to it openly and not judge them. So, I feel like if I can do that, I don't want to say I want to falsely gain people's trust because maybe some of these people just need to be redirected and they don't understand the danger they're putting themselves and everybody else in.
Well, that's agreed because a lot of people would want acceptance anywhere they can find it. Sometimes it's just not the best place. So, not a lot of them can be blamed for what they decided to do. And a lot of them don't even know what's going on in the backgrounds behind all the shadows.
I have so many crates of books still left to go through. So many books.
Well, maybe you'll be able to learn something that'll be super useful to us down the road, Vero.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Books are a great sense or source of knowledge. Knowledge
I'm
is
gonna
what we need.
I'm gonna be looking at the stuff that comes in that we have to clean and figure out that and maybe hear what comes in because the groups come in, they're constantly coming in and eating.
The things that you are doing, Songbird,
Mhm.
do they wish for you to just categorize, write down, itemize? What are you doing with the things that you?
Well, pretty much that is it. I have the section, they give me stuff. They're probably going to give me more of the instrumental things, but yes, pretty much I look at it if I know anything or have any knowledge about its background to write that down, otherwise give a detailed description and give an estimate on how much it's worth.
See, that is what Roz was waiting for. They're looking for valuable
Mm-hmm.
items of any kind, whether it's instruments or who knows what.
The books all look expensive. They're just a massive, wild range of different books, though. She
His,
does like to see the book that the lady thought was interesting was about astral projection.
ooh,
What do you
wow.
mean she thought it was interesting?
She set it aside.
Hmm.
Hmm. Perhaps the most valuable, the very most valuable, are to go to someone else, as a prize or as a token of their devotion. Has anyone been told to discard something that is not valuable?
Not yet.
Hmm.
But like you said, it's just the first day, so I'm
Yes,
sure at
yes.
one point something's going to come up, but
Well,
I'm
all of
just going
these
to continue
ledgers,
listening.
yes, all of
Mm,
these ledgers must be going to someone to make a decision. Yes, this is good. No, this is no good.
My
It
guess
is
it would
hard to
be
tell.
resident.
Ross does not know, but
Mm,
it's very interesting that you are categorizing or cataloging every item, whether it be
see?
books, whether it be instruments. Hmm.
So I am going to remind you because this happened months ago, basically weeks for you. Get oh no, it's probably months ago too. But I'm going to remind you that you have seen um, similar ledgers where items were selectively chosen for shipping. So the
Okay.
paperwork that you took off of Mondaf's desk, that
Mm-hmm.
paperwork had ledgers like that, and you all reviewed that.
But
So you
Okay.
do
at this
know that
point,
you
we're
have
getting
seen the
Yeah.
selection process before.
Mm-hmm.
we're
And
getting
you
deeper into the filtration system, so
right.
it's
So yeah,
probably
so
less
like
stuff that's gonna.
the junk was probably already removed and not sent ahead. You do remember that she had put down that I was allowed to keep this for personal. There was like a notice of that at one point.
Hmm.
So you do know that the filtration process, by the time you get here, they're just basically listing the value. They're just tallying. As far as you can tell, nothing is being thrown away. But everything you've seen is worth something. Like there, you haven't seen junk.
Hmm.
Okay, so I just want to point that out because I know that paperwork you guys came across that way back.
Long time
So
ago.
Yeah.
yeah,
Long
so
time ago.
but I know every single one of you sat there and went through it. So I just don't want you to start chasing a red herring that doesn't need to
Mm-hmm.
be there when you all do have that knowledge.
Well, if the plan is to just stay, you know, out of the sights of things, maybe we just continue on for and talk about it each night, unless we are split up, even in our bunks. But
Okay, well then that brings an well, we might have a way around it. Sort of. I mean, remember the message that I had sent you before, Roz? That I should have explained that it was me speaking to you
yes,
and everything. I do have that ability. However, I'm not quite sure if there might be some blocking here because I haven't tried to use any magic here or anything like that. Or, you know,
again,
I,
it comes down to being trusted. If we are caught doing something at this point, anyway.
hmm. Well, I mean, more of like if it seems like they're trying, I mean, you bring up being split up and everything like that, I guess they might send you to the barracks.
It is possible, but that is not a bad thing.
Well, the issue would
After
be
all, I am
communication.
being trained for a soldier, guard,
Mm.
um, dragon claw, whatever, however long it takes.
Yeah, the issue would just be communicating. I mean, I could do that spell, but again, it would just depend on how things are done here. Because I'm
Yes.
sure there's, I don't know if that guy was here. You remember the one that was in the caravan? The one in red that kind of took over the whole deal with copper?
Hmm. Uh, Ross believes he's still back at the roadhouse, whatever, somewhere,
Mm-hmm.
and not come this
You guys saw him
here.
here. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Okay, so Roz, just remembers, we did see him here.
Yeah, he walked through the Great Hall while you guys were eating.
Oh, did he?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, kind of forgot about it. I was like, okay, so let me rephrase this in a way of, with the red guy here, it's like doing magic. Is he the only one allowed to do magic? Or it's like, are there other ones trained to do magic?
Mm, mm, no one
And that
knows.
becomes the problem, unless, and she's gonna look over at Jinya like, unless we can enlist Pug for assistance.
I mean, I did just cast Cure Wounds, which is magic.
Oh, good point.
You all know, though, it is divine magic. Divine magic and arcane magic are considered different. Just usually something that blocks magic, though, does block both. I just want to make sure that you're clear that those are two different types of magic.
I reach over and I zap Astrid. Does it work?
Yes. Astrid jumps. Ow! Why?
That worked. Because I feel like he was probably the closest one sitting to me, so that's why.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, he will jump like
'Cause he
his hair
looks-
standing on end a little bit.
Admit it, you did it because he looked like he was falling asleep.
Yeah.
He's like
Mm.
totally not paying
Probably.
attention. He's trying to look like he's paying attention, but dude is exhausted because he's been cleaning stuff all day and he is so bored that he's just like, okay, I'm paying attention. I really am. He's just nodding
I don't
off and
know,
then zap.
right? He's doing that.
Yep.
But yeah, you give him a shock.
Okay.
You all see it. So yes, magic seems
But-
to work.
Well, magic seems to work, but is there like a tracker? Are we allowed to use it? Is my concern. Is like, is it going to draw more attention to us, basically, if it's being tracked? So that's kind of one of those questions: is magic being tracked so that we could
Okay.
do some of our
So,
stuff?
I don't know where you got that idea from or what game you got that from,
I'm a
but
suspicious person.
yeah, there are certain ways that you can like set off indications that magic has been cast or stuff, but
Mhm.
you haven't been told that you can't cast it. You've watched him cast it, nothing happened. You've seen Ginny cast spells, nothing happened. And something that like that, it's very telling. Like you've heard of magic dead areas or wild magic areas. Those
Mhm.
exist, but like an entire area where you can just track who's casting spells doesn't really exist.
Really?
Watch, they're gonna put it in a freaking game now.
It's like, yeah, I'm very, very aware of wild magic areas.
Right, I got it. But I'm just focus. I'm just saying, like that whole knowing who's casting spells or spells going off, that's a
Mhm.
little bit beyond anything you've ever heard of.
Okay.
Somebody would have to be scrying you, like basically watching you through a magic mirror or something to see something like that happen. I'm not
Mhm.
saying that that's not happening, but just oh, spell alert, sector 3, somebody's casting fireball. That doesn't happen.
Somebody use Voldemort's name.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's well,
shit.
that's different. That could happen, but I'm just saying, like
Beetlejuice, Beetlejuice.
what you described is not something you would be aware of, like being a thing.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying is like no, it doesn't happen. It's not that it's impossible. It just doesn't. It's not the norm. That's what I'm trying to say. That's a different game.
Okay. Well then, I retract all that, and it's like I could send the message. I'm limited, but we could try to
But
do that to do like
actually,
brief
you guys
connection.
cast a couple of spells here while you were here too.
Did we? Well, I know he did.
Speak with animals.
Speak with animals. Thank you.
Hey, you've cast a couple of spells here and nothing's really happened. Also, speak with animals, also divine. Ranger magic is considered divine magic as well.
Mm.
So Yes. How you would be caught casting magic is somebody would have to see you, or it would have to be an effect that somebody could see. Like if
Mm.
you covered yourself with, um, you lined yourself with blue fire, somebody would be like, "Oh, that's magic." I can't remember the name of that spell though.
Fairy
Fairy
fire.
fire. Thank you. Yes, I got it just as you said it. So, like, if you did that, it would be obvious you were casting magic. But unless somebody sees you or hears you doing it, um, like it. There can. I'm not gonna say that it can't happen. That alarms will go off, but it would have to be like a spell that was cast in a certain place, and if magic went off, the alarms would go off. That can
Mhm.
happen, but you haven't seen any sign of that.
Okay. So yeah. Yeah, I can only do it a couple of times, but if we sent a message, if I sent a message and you replied while you were gone, if you end up in the barracks, it probably would work.
To what end, though? So I'm gonna ask a question as a DM. To what end? So if you send him a message and he's in the barracks, what's like he's in the barracks? Like what's the
Catching up because at night we can't catch up if he happens to be in the barracks
yeah, you
and
can't
we're
have a
in a room.
conversation with sending is not all that great either. But I could see what you're talking about now. Okay.
Hmm.
I was just curious where you were going with that.
That's where I was going with it. It's like it's just a brief kind of catch up. Minimum words, but you can say a lot in a few words.
All right. So I feel like I took you guys off track because you were planning. So I'll let you
Hmm.
get back to that.
So that was kind of part of the planning that you had to explain something to me. Part of his
Yeah.
planning was trying to communicate while we're separate.
Well, no, you were casting spells and worrying about somebody tracking you. That was where I was jumping in. So
Well, if we get split up, it is what it is.
If we
Um,
get split up, Roz could come into the chapel and pray, and we could have a conversation then.
oh,
There's
that's
that too.
very good. Yes.
Or we could talk at any of the 3 meals that we have during the day.
Yeah, but it's going to look suspicious if Roz comes over to talk to us when he's been hanging
Mhm.
out with the guards.
Yep.
So, if he should become a Dragonclaw, you do remember the Dragonclaws walk through the tables talking to people. Like I've
Hmm.
Mhm.
described that a few times. The
Yeah, it
Dragonclaws
sounded
do
more like
walk.
they were watching to see what people were saying rather than talking to them, though.
Yeah, they don't interact too much, but they do stand over by the tables and moderate. But yeah, I was saying that there's also that opportunity. But yeah, um, you're right. They don't talk too much, but they do stand there and nobody thinks anything about it.
Well, we will cross that river when it comes. Um, if Roz is separated, there is many ways, I'm sure, that we can still speak. Roz loves the idea of going to this chapel. It seems it is nearly private most of the time.
Yeah. It's almost empty most of the time, so we would have ample time to have conversations.
Yes, and I think Roz thinks that the planning should wait until something happens. If every day is the same, there's nothing to plan for. If
Yeah, but this is
possibly
just
we
a
hear that there's going to be a large shipment going somewhere, perhaps then we plan something. But that could be weeks, if not months, down the roads.
I think it's more of us planning a way to communicate should we be separated.
Well, I like
Other
the
than that, we just end up in a room.
yes, Ross likes the chapel idea. Very good. And as for now, Ross has no other reason to visit the library or the or is
Library
it
doesn't get visitors.
there? That's good to know. Or is
Not yet, anyways.
right? or Roz cannot go to the where is it you work, Songbird? In the
Work in the cafeteria.
the cash house or whatever it is that they are using.
No, the
No,
cafeteria.
Right. Oh, did they make you clean up before lunch and dinner and
Mm-hmm.
those things? Yes. Well,
Yep.
then yes, that would be totally out. So we will figure it out. We are capable.
Also, right. Also, remember, you haven't seen, like, yes, there are dragon claws and dragon wings walking around, and there are guard drakes, but they kind of just like be careful you don't get eaten by the drakes because they don't have to know you. Other than that, you haven't seen, like, you haven't been told, don't do that. You know what I mean? They're kind of like, you're initiates. Like, here, learn how to do this. They're, making sure you're feeling welcome and stuff like, you know what I mean?
Yep.
You haven't been treated like prisoners or anything. They gave you a room. They said, "All right, fix it up. Here's your room." So you kind of have like freedom to walk around. It's just there's certain places that, like, the only place you've been told,
Yes.
"Hey, you probably don't want to go over there," is like you've been told not to go to the stables because of the giant lizards. They're very irritable.
Ross has another place we cannot go.
Yeah, the
The
bully
third floor.
logs.
The third floor. You are allowed to go to the third floor, but there are certain rooms we are not allowed in because, from what the one fellow told me, there are things still living in it, and they have not been. What was the word he used? Expelled, something like that. They have not been cleaned out. They're very dangerous. So, if you are on the third floor, be careful.
There's third floor creatures that are dangerous still in this castle?
Yes. They said that there are the rooms that have not been cleaned, purged, whatever the word he was using. There are rooms that are locked, barred, because there are inhabitants that are very dangerous inside of those rooms.
And you have all seen signs of this. You saw it in the courtyard, the lizard men. Basically, everything has been reclaimed and rebuilt, but they have started from the ground up. So a lot of the stones that are being remortared are done at the base level first. They're working their way up. Same as it appears, according to what Roz is telling you, that the rooms at the upper levels haven't been cleared completely. So there's still dangers that they are leery of.
Oh, so I was just getting sleepy. I just had a rough day.
You did.
Yes. But Roz's hands feel better. I must say, thank you very much again. So, unless
Won't they hurt
there's
just as bad tomorrow, if not worse, since you didn't actually heal from
yes, it is going to hurt tomorrow as well. Maybe Roz will get time to go and see Jeannie at the chapel and get some more healings. Or maybe
Pray for the ladies
Roz will
for
start
healing.
to get. Yes, Roz will start to get some calluses because yes, I have kitten hands.
No.
Except for these 3 fingers where I hold the bow, the string, very, very hard right there.
They're perfect hands.
So if you do not mind, Roz is going to.
Turn in.
He's already purring.
Mhm.
He's
Oh. Clock that. How fast was that, Junior?
He went to sleep. All right. So, basically, from what it sounds like, is you guys are going to try to blend in for a few days, right?
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Okay. Perfect. So, I was gonna go through. I have the order, so we're gonna start with Jinia, Elios, Pharaoh, Roz, and then Songbird. What you guys are gonna do is tell me what you do over the next few days. Okay. Whether you're trying to look around, whether you're trying to get information by talking to people, it is going to be totally up to you, but you have until next week to decide. So you have homework. Okay. And then
Uh-uh.
we'll fit them. We'll fit it into like timeline. Like each of you will take a turn, and we'll make sure that if you guys think you're gonna go talk to another person, then talk to them in Discord and like plan it out. But we'll try to keep everything in time. Okay. So that's what you guys are gonna do over the next few days. Basically, how you're gonna blend in, what you're going to do. I will tell you now. You can ask me questions, but I'll tell you now, Jania. Like there will be tools back at the chapel because Pug has found you some tools. Okay. So um you have some restrictions. So depending on what you do, a situation might arise, but I want you to just plan out things and don't worry about that. That'll be stuff we'll take care of in game. Okay?
Mhm.
Sound good?
Yep.
Cool. Now, with that, we're going to go ahead and wrap it up a little bit early so we don't get into one person doing their thing and being on the spot right away. You got to have a week. I will remind you that next week we play, and then the week after we're not because I will be in a different state. So I don't know if yeah, I'm not going to try. I'm not bringing anything with me. So we're going to be missing that one game. And then after that, the holidays are coming, and I don't know how everybody's holidays are, so we'll play it by ear because I'm not gonna try to like if it's a holiday, I'm not gonna do it. I don't expect to play that much during December or November. But we'll
No,
see how it goes. It's kind of up to you guys. I play
until
it by ear when it comes to that.
I am
Okay,
out of town for 2 weeks in December.
in December.
Well, technically December and January, but
Yeah, I kind of figured like that stuff was gonna happen, so we'll get it on the calendars and we'll make sure. But yeah, I'm taking my vacation early because I have my daughter for Christmas, so it's gonna be revolved around her. Um, Thanksgiving I don't have much going on, so I'm just gonna hang out because she's with her mom for Thanksgiving this year. I think I planned. I think that's how it worked. Anyway, so yeah. So the games are going to be a little bit on and off for the holiday season, but I'm starting mine, so I will not be here for the following week. Not next week, the week after. Okay? All right.
Yep.
Good job, guys. I know it's a little bit I know it's uneasy and I feel like you guys have really, like there's a lot of people here and they don't want to die. So I think you guys are doing a great job. I think the tension is there. That should be, but you're doing great. So keep at it. And like I said, just figure out what you want to do over the next couple of days and then we'll pick up with that. Everybody will get a turn to say what they're trying to do. And we'll work it in together. I feel like you're gonna spend about 2 to 3 days just trying to like fall into a rhythm. That's what it sounded like to me.
Yep.
Let's go on to get you.
All right, cool. Do you guys it's Foxy stream, so I would say good night. But if you guys usually we plug, but that's up to Foxy. So Foxy, take over.
Oh, good lord.
Right. Everybody plug away, but we're gonna raid Myriad. So as soon as we're done with the plugs, we're gonna raid Myriad. So Loco, why don't you go first?
Gladly. I'm Loco 1956 in chat and just about everywhere that I do anything online. I stream War Thunder Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays, 1 to 4 p.m. Mountain. You figure out your own time zone. And I also post whatever I stream on YouTube. So there you go.
Yay.
All right, Havoc.
Oh, me. Wow, I never do mine. So, hi, I'm Havoc_RPG. That's where you can find me for everything. Twitch, YouTube, Twitter, and I think I have an Instagram. They're all the same. But yeah, come hang out. We do play games. We play a lot of D&D. Maybe do some art. So yeah.
Okay,
Next.
Lady M.
I am Lady Magdala, mainly known as Lady M here. I'm a variety streamer whenever I can. Otherwise, I also play D&D, usually with local Rhino and, of course, the DM, Havoc. My schedule is kind of all around the place due to work, but you'll usually see a notice go out at least an hour ahead or so. So that's me.
All right, and I'm Foxy Project. I'm a variety streamer here on Twitch and also YouTube. I mostly play survival crafting games. I do believe we are going to be starting some new 7 Days to Die content later this week. I will be off tomorrow because I will be working on the podcast that I am getting ready to start with my oldest son. So be looking for that. It's going to be surrounding some horror movie content. So I will keep everybody posted, and let's hit this start raid button so we can get the heck out of here and go say hi to Myriad. She is playing some
Yay.
Dragon Age the Veilguard.
Yeah, she's been playing that hard for the last few days.
Mhm.
I think she took off from work just so she could play.
Yeah, it's one I've heard a lot about it. I haven't played it, and I haven't played any of the Dragon Age games, but they look interesting.
Yeah, I've watched her and Jem play. I think Jem finished it and already started his second playthrough.
That's funny. All right,
then
and
I don't know
here
where
we
Myriad's at.
go.
Yay.
Whee!